town with your host T-Wil, yeah, keeping it real. From the A to the screen, you can feel the thrill. Rolling with the classics, we're setting the pace, highlighting the magic of our soulful space. Got the vibe, got the crew, making it tight. When the screen lights up, everything feels right. Grab your popcorn, let's make it loud. It's movie time, ATL style. Stand proud. From the silver screen to the hearts we steal, every frame we capture is the real deal. Talking premieres, where the stars align. ATL views, yeah, they really shine behind the...
Oh man, Marvel fans everywhere. How are y'all doing? Hopefully everyone is doing well today. I just got one thing to say, and that's go dogs. And hopefully everybody else's college team did well. Jordan, I know you're a big Penn State fan. How'd you guys do today?
I'm angry. We won like 56-6 or something, 52-6, but I don't think I've been more frustrated by a game where we scored 50 plus points. So I'll end up doing a review for that sometime this week because I was angry.
Jordan, I know they say Scorpios are petty, but jeez, man, 52-6 and you're frustrated? Like,
Yeah.
What did you want the game to be? 100-2? Like, I don't get it. Okay. All right.
It was 21-0 after the first half. Most of the points we scored were in garbage time with backups. The score was not indicative of
The
what
game.
Penn State should have done. Yeah, it's I've been frustrated the last 2 weeks with them.
Who'd you guys play?
Villanova, like it's it's not a great. There's people I've probably graduated high school with that have gone there. We should have dropped 70 on them. We should have dropped 70 on them.
Damn, Jordan, you drive a hard bargain, sir. You drive a hard bargain. Wow. Okay, well, hey, Marvel fans, we are discussing Blade 2 today, the sequel and second movie in the trilogy. So, without further ado, hey, man, let's get to it. I honestly don't know what to think, man. Like, it was a pretty decent. Wait, is this it? Yeah. Is this it? Come on, T-Wil. It was a pretty. You know what? There were times like I was like, "This is great," and there were times I was like, "This is not so great." Right? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, 100% agree. Mm-hmm.
You know, there were times I was like, "Man, this is like the entry point, the way it with Wesley Snipes narrating it, I thought that was pretty cool. I like that. I think I kind of figured out. So remember when we were watching or when we were reviewing the first one, I was like, well, how would he have seen his mother's face? And then I thought, well, wait a minute. His mom was bitten by Frost, right?
Yeah.
So maybe he has Frost memories. He's got somebody's memories. That's how he knows how his mom looked. That's the only, because they can't be his memories because he was a baby. But as a vampire, right, you have all of your host's memories. That's one of the legends and traits of vampires. So maybe that's the only way he could know his mom, right? He was a baby. She died, according to him, in the hospital room. So that's the only way he could know her face. So that's what I was thinking. But anyway, I don't know, kind of a mixed bag with this, right? There were some scenes I really liked, right? There were some things I really liked about this movie, and there were some things I really didn't. You could see that there was an emphasis on this movie with WWE. I don't know if you caught that with the pile driver, right? And when they were
Yeah.
fighting each other, they were like the pile driver and the certain scenes. That was really cool. Like I dug that, man. I dug that. When Nomak and Blade get after it, bro, they get after it. I dug that. I really did. That was kind of cool. That was kind of cool. So anyway, without further ado, man, let's get into it. So before the MCU ruled the world, one leather-clad daywalker carried Marvel on his shoulders. Tonight, we're diving into Guillermo del Toro's Blade 2, the movie that made vampires terrifying again and raised the bar for comic book films. I don't know about raising the bar, but okay. You know, I was in the moment and the moment said do it, so I did it. It was
Bar was
released.
really low. Yeah.
Well, you know, Blade, Stan Lee credited Wesley Snipes and Blade for saving Marvel at one point. He did.
I think we all should credit Wesley Snipes and Blade for saving Marvel, because I don't think, I mean, without Blade and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man movies and that first X-Men movie, we don't get the MCU greenlit for like Iron Man and the Avengers.
Right. So got to do it. Got to give them their props. But this one, we'll see. We'll see where it goes. It was released March 21st, 2002. 2002. Let me tell you something. 1994, 2002, and 2004 are some of the greatest years of my life. They are the years that my kids were born. Mariah was born in 1994, Maya 2002, Zach in 2004. So I love these years. So whenever I watch the movies from these years, they just they hold a special place in my heart, right? So there's that. March 21st, 2002. Direction and style. Guillermo del Toro infuses the sequel with gothic visuals, grotesque monster design, and those dudes were gross, and anime-inspired fight choreography. Action with Donnie Yen as a stunt coordinator. Fight scenes are sharper and faster than the original. Some of them were, right? The CGI scenes, not so much, but horror elements. The Reaper's jaw-splitting design brings true body horror into superhero cinema, and they were gross. And stronger world building than the first film, but the script is still thin in character development. I can agree with that. You know what I thought was gross was when they go into this club and there are people with their backs open and they're doing some sort of surgery to extract blood. Oh, that was disgusting, Jordan.
I didn't understand that. I didn't understand it
either. Like that was gross. I think they did it just for the sake of doing it, right? Mm-hmm. They did it for the sake of They did it for the sake of doing it. I mean, that was just disgusting. That was absolutely disgusting. That, and the first time we see that dude's jaw open and all that, it was like Alien meets Predator meets Blade meets just disgusting. I don't know, but anyway, it was kind of cool at the same time. I couldn't look away, you know. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 57% from the critics, 68% from the audience. Metacritic gave it a 52 out of 10. Box office was 155 million worldwide on a 54 million budget. Bigger than the first film, well above Blade Trinity. Yeah, Blade Trinity, the last one. I don't know about that one. Critics take praise for Del Toro's style and action, dinged for thin storytelling. And that's about, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. All right, let's get into the plot summary. So Blade, played by Wesley Snipes, rescues his mentor, Whistler, long thought dead, and is forged into an uneasy alliance with the Vampire Nation, together with the elite Blood Pack. The Blood Pack is a group of vampires who have trained to kill Blade for all of 2 years, which was weird because Blade was made in 1998. This movie was made in 2002. But when they retell the story, they're like, yeah, Whistler died 2 years ago. I'm like, no, he didn't. It was 4 years ago, but whatever.
Well, all right. So the reason why we're doing this movie now is because it takes place in the year 2000. That's how. So technically what we're seeing
Oh,
is in the year
okay.
2000. Yeah, the
Okay.
greatest year ever, because yours truly was born.
I hear that. You
So
know what?
yeah.
It is 2000 is a great year, but it's nothing like 1970. It's a great year. It's a great year, mine. Okay, but I'm just saying, it's nothing like 1970, baby. But anyway, go ahead, Jordan. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
Nah, so this is gonna be the first. This is the first movie in our rewatch that is taking place in the 2000s. So
Mhm.
we have two movies that take place this year. The next one we'll review next week. But yeah, so this takes place 2 years after the events of the first Blade movie. It just so happens there's no other Marvel events or movies that occur in between the two, so that's why we're reviewing them back to back.
Okay, that makes sense. He must stop a new threat, the Reapers, a mutant vampire strain feeding on both humans and vampires. As loyalties shift, Blade discovers the virus was engineered by vampire overlord Damaskinos, whose own son Nomak is the prototype. The film ends in a tragic father-son reckoning and a brutal showdown between Blade and Nomak in Prague's Gothic world. Yeah, that showdown, that whole father-son thing was kind of Shakespearean, or it reminded me of something we'd see in Shakespeare. But yeah, his father was a real bastard. So anyway, character arcs. Blade evolves from lone wolf to reluctant leader, showing mercy and humanity with Nysa. Whistler returns from presumed death, grounding Blade with his grizzled wisdom. See, I kind of felt like it was the other way around, right? Especially in that exchange where he's like, "Hey, you're getting kind of close to Nisa," and he's like, "Hey, Whistler, there's this old saying that says, keep your friends close and keep your enemies closer," right? I kind of feel like the
Mhm.
paradigm in that relationship is shifting. Not that Blade doesn't respect him or anything, but just that Blade at this point is his own man. Nisa is a loyal vampire royal who questions her father's cruelty. Her sunrise farewell is poetic tragedy. Yeah, that kind of sucked. I didn't understand why she just didn't fight Nomak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, okay, brother, come kill me. Like, you didn't do it. You weren't a part of this conspiracy. Like, why are you just give it up? That didn't make sense to me. And I understood that she felt betrayed, and I understood that I guess as a member of this family, or her family rather, she felt like a fraud. But you got to give it a fight, man. I didn't like that. I felt like she and Blade could have been a great couple. I didn't like that. Nomak, a sympathetic villain who embodies betrayal and revenge against his own kind. I don't know. Any thoughts on this character arc?
I mean, Whistler has such a weird character arc in this. Like, I think I'll start with the whole very front and center issue about this movie is that it it retcons, which this is probably the first movie that we're seeing a major retcon. It
We gotta we
retcons
gotta we gotta
his
define retcon for
so eh,
those of us who watching it. So retcon is retroactive continuity. It just basically means they rewrote something, right?
mhm.
They didn't like an ending. They didn't like so Whistler dies in the first one, and they said, you know what, we don't like that, so we're gonna retcon, or essentially write out the death and write in a way for them to keep him alive. Now go ahead from there, sir. I just wanted to, for those of us who are
Mhm.
non-comic book uh, readers, I wanted to kind of make that clear. Go ahead, sir. What were you going to say?
No, that's a great way of explaining it. So I mean, Whistler's death was such a pivotal part of the first Blade movie. And
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion, on rewatching it, that was the most emotional part of the whole movie, and it was the turning point in the whole movie. So going back on that, would be the equivalent to I don't know, at the end of the first Avengers movie. It would be like
You like Iron Man not
watch
being dead.
yes.
Yeah,
Iron
be like
Man
Iron Man not being dead. He's not dead.
yes.
He didn't
Yeah.
die.
It's like, oh, he actually just was knocked out he actually just falls asleep with his eyes closed, with his eyes open. And that's
Dead.
the
They
end
had
of
a
it.
whole funeral, but he's not dead. He's okay.
It
He's
wasn't
okay.
actually his funeral. It was some other guy named Tony that they knew.
Right. It was
Yeah.
an Iron Man from another universe, right? Not
Yes.
616, but another
Yes.
universe. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Okay.
it's such a it's so strange to do that, but I guess they needed someone to ground Blade in this movie for some reason. And because Whistler is there, Blade is not willing to go full Blade. He actually like has a heart and he cares about this guy, so he doesn't want to see him get hurt. If Whistler is not in this movie, Blade doesn't care about anyone outside of Nysa.
Yeah.
Who, I'm gonna be honest, it's a stereotypical one movie. I barely see any emotion between the two of them. There's just kind of like hints at romantic feelings, then turning into full emotions by the end of the movie between her and Blade, that I was just like, okay, all right. Like, I don't know what I see here. But I mean, maybe this could have been something to explore in the third movie, if she didn't die by the end of this movie.
Yeah, I didn't like that at all.
And
Javier
Whistler,
Valderrama says hi. What up? What up, Javi? How you doing, man? Hopefully all is well, sir. Go ahead, Jordan. Sorry about that, bro.
Whistler, I don't understand Whistler's like why Whistler's in this movie outside of just grounding Blade. Like, and you could have put in a new character to do that. Like his guy in his basically guy in the chair in the beginning of the movie. I forget what the actor's name is who plays him, who ends up turning later on.
Dude from what's the zombie show?
I know. I was trying to think of the zombie show.
Jesus. The Walking Dead.
Walking
Dead. Yeah.
Yes. So, all right, I've heard rumors for years of him possibly being Ghost Rider, but that's a later thing.
Mm-hmm.
He, in my opinion, his switch up is probably the coolest, the most interesting part of the whole plot of the movie, because but the thing is, we don't see him why he's with Blade this whole time, except for the fact that he explains that, like, oh, well, I was with two girls, then they tried to bite me, and then Blade saved me, so here I am. So I'm like, what? That's why you're here? I don't understand that. Blade probably has the best character arc of the whole movie, because I think you don't really see love too much out of Blade. But he loves Nysa. You can see that love. But again, I don't feel that between the two of them together. I feel like, I don't know, it was almost forced. It's almost like there's too many plots right now, because I'm talking about Whistler. I'm talking about the guy who he saved, who turns. I'm talking about Blade. I'm talking about Blade and his relationship with Nysa. I'm talking about, and then we have the whole vampire. The vampires are working with Blade.
Crew.
Yeah.
The vampire crew. Yeah.
Who end up turning on Blade, which, all right, let's be honest. We all kind of expected that. If there was there was a Blade TV show that followed up the third movie, and technically it is in continuity with the trilogy, but it's not in continuity with our Marvel rewatch because it doesn't connect to Deadpool and Wolverine. So Technically, if you want to watch all the Blade universe, you'd watch the 3 movies in the Blade series, wherever that even is. Because who knows what streaming platform that's on. It doesn't have Wesley
I have
Snipes
it.
in it.
I have it on Fandango at home.
Okay.
I purchased them, so
Yeah.
I think I own every Marvel movie. I even own the Eternals. There's only one I don't own, and I can't think of what it is. Wait a minute. I own a lot. I own a lot of Marvel movies,
Is
but
it Fan
there's
Four
one
Stick?
movie. You said what?
Is it Fan Four Stick? Fantastic
Yeah.
Four 2015?
Thank you for
Yeah.
that. Yes, that's the one. Because it sucks
Mm.
so bad. That's the that's the one. Oh God, that was an awful movie. That was an. Do we have to do that? Do we have to
Nope.
do that? Thank
We
you.
do not.
God. I love you.
I mean, we might. We
God.
might.
No,
Depends
please,
on what
please don't.
Doomsday. Depends on
Please
what
don't.
happens in Doomsday.
I'm gonna be drunk that week, Jordan. I'm just gonna like there's that movie was awful. That movie, that movie was like, Jordan, you've never taken this, but there's a laxative, what was it, castor oil that my grandmother used to make. Oh my God. Oh Jordan, it was awful. That was that movie. You probably never had to take castor oil, but my grandmother would line us up in a little line, and we take that, and oh God, it was awful, Jordan. It was like torture. Like if they capture somebody, they don't need to just give them castor oil. They'll tell you whatever you want. It's awful. It is god awful. It is like it's like fecal matter, man. It's disgusting. So yeah. Anyway, I own every other Marvel movie but that. So
Mhm.
I was able to watch Blade 3 because I own that. But yeah, back to it. I don't know it that it's so much that the way it's written, but you got to understand Blade lost his mom. Blade never knew his mom, right? Blade was raised by Whistler, and their interactions, they tell each other they love each other without telling each other they love each other. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
This is not a guy that's going to write sonnets. This is not a guy that's going to give you roses. That's not him, right? So I think he's romantic as he can be. And Anissa is a trained warrior. And understand that Blade is her enemy. So even in the beginning, like I think they did what they could, right? It
Mhm.
felt like it really felt like there was a directive like they can't kiss. You get what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
felt like there was a directive like behind closed doors. Well, we don't want them to kiss, but we'll
Mhm.
come as we will dance around it, right?
Because if they kissed, it would have. Again, this is why there was not really a huge buildup into their relationship,
Right.
because if they kissed, it would have taken their relationship from all the way down here, not even on the screen, to all the way up here, and
Yeah.
which would have been terrible for the plot, because it would have rushed everything. It would have rushed the whole relationship.
Yeah, I wish Nisa didn't die, right? But
Yeah.
you see that they clearly have affection for one another, because there's a scene where they're in the tunnel where he's like Anissa, and he goes to save her. As a matter of fact, he says, "You guys go, I got this." And there are like 20 million Reapers around him, and he's like, "You obviously don't know who you're effing with," which is one of my favorite lines, by the way. I've two favorite lines in this movie, and that's one of them when he's like, "You obviously don't know who you're messing with," and he detonates the bomb, and they all die. And I thought that was cool. And the
Mhm.
other one was in the beginning, was when the guy's like, "Are you a vampire?" He's like, "No, but I'm close. I'm a lawyer." And I thought that was funny. I thought
It
that
was
was funny,
great.
right? Because they
Mhm.
say lawyers are bloodsuckers, so that was the parallel between that. But I
Yeah.
thought that was funny. I did. I enjoyed that. But you're talking about two characters that are very careful, that are very guarded. So I could see their romance, if you will, or their courtship being that way, right? Because
Mhm.
understand, she's been trained to hate him. she's been trained to kill him. And in the beginning, she refers to him as Daywalker, but as it goes along, she starts to call him Blade, and he starts to call her Nisa, right? And in the end, as she's about to meet her end, she holds him and he holds her. And again, I'm not saying it was touching. I'm not saying it was Titanic or anything, or Bridges of Madison County. But I can see why they were careful, because these are not people that are going to be on Facebook extolling the virtues of love. They're just not going to be doing that. You get what I'm saying? These are the most guarded people on the planet. Both of them are, right? So, I got it. They probably could have done a little more. They probably should have kissed. But, it is what it is. We get it. We understand it. We understand it. All right, let's get into some themes. So, science versus nature, genetic engineering, and eugenics lead to unintended monstrosity, right? Eugenics being the thought of, we can make these people pure or better, or make this race pure or better through the use of genetics. That's essentially the fundamentals behind eugenics. Pragmatism versus purity. Blade must ally with his sworn enemies to stop something worse. And family and betrayal. The toxic bond between Damaskinos and Nomak mirrors Blade's found family with Whistler. I don't know that mirrors that. I don't know that mirrors that, because Blade and Whistler, number one, I really do believe they have a love for each other. I don't think, you know what I mean? And I don't think Whistler would do something like that. That's foul. And we'll get into what Damaskinos did. But give me your thoughts on the themes, man. Any other themes that you see coming out of this?
And this is the issue I think I have. This is a large issue I have with the movie, is like the depth that the first Blade movie had when it came to the tone, when it came to the themes, when it came to just the general environment, were so great. And I think we lost almost all of it when it came to the second movie. Like New York City, for example. I felt like in the first movie, New York City was a character in itself. The way Blade went to that one shop to get the elixir or something that he injects himself with, and was talking with the guy from the shop. Like, it's such a small scene, but it adds to the environment.
Yeah. And
I felt like there was nothing in New York. So New York as a character in this is almost missing.
Just a backdrop, just nothing.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's funny because this movie came out the same year as Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, which has arguably the greatest environment being a character situation with New York and the people in New York and all the New Yorkers. So when it comes to the themes of this, I don't think there are many good ones. The science versus nature, I get that. It's kind of the whole thought process. The family betrayal and science and nature kind of go hand in hand in this, because the vampires are trying to evolve, and well, not even all the vampires, just the Damaskinos. And I'm gonna be honest, when it comes to Damaskinos, I didn't find him scary at all.
No. Just gross.
Yeah. He was old. Like, yeah. And when it comes to vampires, we all look at vampires as being pretty young. So seeing an old vampire is just odd to see. It's like seeing an old-looking baby.
It looked like if you touch him, he would exude pus. It was just, oh my God. It was just nasty. Like, every time he came on screen, I was like, oh my God, don't touch him. It just, he was nasty. I don't know. Maybe it's me. But that was the nasty dude, man. Just, oh my God. Oh, he was disgusting. But you're right. I mean, he was probably like 15,000 years old. So,
Mhm.
you never know. Javi Balderramo says there's only one blade and only ever gonna be one blade. Rock on, Javi. Rock on.
Until this month, because Mahershala Ali will be in Marvel Zombies.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's September 24th, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So if we want to review that, we'd also have to review all of What If.
We can do that
Because
as long as we don't have to
yeah,
do Fan Four Stick. I'm cool.
because
I'd rather drink
this
Castor Oil.
this Marvel this Marvel Zombies is actually it's a sequel to the one Marvel Zombies episode in
Yeah.
What If.
And What If? Yeah.
So
No,
yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait for it.
I'm excited, dude. I'm
Mhm.
I'm definitely excited, man. Javi says that not him. That not him. It a different person. That's not him. It's a different person. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So I think another theme of this is not giving up on family, right? Because in the another theme, in the beginning, Blade is furiously looking for Whistler. You know, he's turning over every stone. He's beating up every vampire he can. And I think that first scene is really cool. Like just the way they deployed the weapons and he fires this gun and like it was just that there were scenes that were really cool. There were scenes that were not cool. But there were also scenes that were really cool. So I enjoyed the scene where the vampires on the motorcycle and Wesley does what he does and kills them both and stops right in front of his car and blows his car a kiss. Like, I thought that was kind of cool. That's some shit I would do. You know what I mean? Like, I love his car. Okay. His car is awesome. No, it's not the Batmobile. Okay. Let's be honest. The Batmobile is the coolest vehicle ever. Okay. And I can attest to this because I have at least three of them. Number one being the Tumbler. The Tumbler is near and dear to my heart. If the Tumbler was a child, it would be my favorite. I love it. It is near and dear to my heart. And yes, I said it. It is awesome. It is not that, but that Blade Mobile or whatever the hell it is, it's pretty cool, man. That is pretty cool. So I like that where he like stops just short of it and blows it. There were moments in this movie that were really cool. That was one of them. Like I really enjoyed that. But yeah, just the way they deployed the weapons in that scene was kind of cool. I thought it was. But I think one of the another theme of this movie is you don't give up on family. Like he's searching for Whistler in the beginning, and then in the end, Whistler's like, okay, you didn't give up on me. I'm not going to give up on you. To me, that was another theme in this movie. And it was also another thing to me was success and or purpose over family, right? So Damaskinos is like, when it comes to this sort of thing, I'll kill that DNA thing doesn't mean anything. He says this to his daughter, like, I will kill you like it's nothing. And she's like, okay, but in his mind, he's really doing the right thing in his mind. And when I say his mind, in Damaskinos' mind, because Damaskinos is thinking, okay, well, if we can create this new breed of vampire, then we can walk in the daylight and we no longer have to fear Blade. And we kind of transcend beyond our weaknesses. And whenever you go doing that, usually you create something else, right? Whenever somebody tries to get ahead of the gene pool, you always create some other thing. There's always non-intended consequences, right? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's just my thought on the themes. Let's get to some favorite scenes, man. So for me, For me, my favorite scenes would be the first fight with the vampires where there's the motorcycle scene. Like I've already kind of gone through that. The final duel between Blade and Nomak, I thought that was kind of cool. Like I thought that was really cool. The fact that he did the what's that? The souffle, what's that? The pile driver where he picks him up like this
Mhm.
and slams him down. Come on, man. That was WWD all day. That was wrestling. That was Tommy. That was wait, who was that? That was the Nature Boy. Come on, man. That was that was Dusty Rhodes, baby. I don't know if you know about Dusty Rhodes, okay?
I
But
don't really follow WWE all that
okay,
much.
okay,
I have my own opinions about that a lot of people will not agree with. So
okay.
I'll just keep that to myself.
It's all good, man. It's entertainment. But I like the way they did that. I
Mhm.
did like that. I like the fact that you could see there was clearly a WWE influence in that movie, particularly in the souffle and the pile driver, and then the fact that Nomad comes way off of whatever this banner or whatever, comes down and tried to come down on Blade, and Blade gets up and moves over. Like I felt like I was watching super powered wrestling. Like it was cool. I love that. Okay, I love that. I did. I love that part of it. That was my other favorite scene. And then like my third favorite scene would be when Blade and what's his name's character who plays Hellboy initially
Mhm.
go at it, and he's like, "Oh, I get it. You've been training to kill me for 2 years. Ooh, so exciting!" And they go at it, right? I thought that was pretty cool. Like I was a fan of those scenes, man. I don't know.
Mhm.
Give me your three favorite scenes, Jordan.
Oh, this is a rough one because like I I'm not a huge I'm not a huge fan when it comes to like this movie's just kind of stale for me overall.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe my favorite I like the scene with Blade and the Hellboy character, the guy who plays Hellboy. Because I don't remember who the actor's name is, but I'm gonna be honest, he's Hellboy for me.
Right.
And
Ron Perlman, I think is his name.
yes,
On
yes.
somebody. I think his name is Ron Perlman.
So so like that whole interaction was hilarious. The sewer scene with Blade and just going after the other vampire, the Reapers are awesome. And oh man, a very short part of the whole movie, but when Whistler throws the glasses, he says, "Here, you're gonna need these," and Blade
That was
just grabs them
I forgot about
and
that. That was cool.
and
That
puts
was
them on.
cool. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
small, but I really enjoy it. And when I think about Wesley Snipes' Blade, that is what I'm going to remember.
Yeah. 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 No, that was cool. When he like reached up like that. The one thing about Blade's character throughout the entire series, Blade is cool. You know what I mean? I wish I was that cool. I'm not. I wish I was that cool. I'm just not. You know, some guys have it, some guys don't, right? Like my son and my daughter and I were doing this dance. It was the one from 2012 where you would start out with one pose and then the music would come on and it'd be totally different or whatever. I can't remember the name of it or whatever. But we were doing that, and my son did this move that I would never think about. And I was thinking to myself, you know what? He's just cool. He's just naturally cool. You know what? I'm not. I'm a nerd by heart. You know what I mean? But my son is naturally cool. Blade is naturally cool. You know what I mean? Like he just reaches up, grabs the glasses, puts it on, and he's like, "Let's go." And there's no need to say anything because he's totally cool. You know what I mean? I wish I was that cool, but I'm not. I'm a nerd. It is what it is. So yeah, I enjoyed those, man. I really did enjoy those scenes. I really liked Blade's costumes in this movie. I thought it was cool. I thought the weapons were really cool. I liked all of his toys. I like
Mhm.
the UV bomb. I thought that was really cool. As a
Yeah.
matter of fact, the scenes with the UV bomb, I kind of have to add it to my favorite as well because I thought that was like the way they did that, the way he deployed that bomb, especially when Ron Perlman's character was like, "Oh yeah, Blade, I forgot to tell you, the trigger's jammed," and Blade's like, "Okay, no problem," and he's talking to the Reapers, and he was like, "Y'all don't know who the f I am." Boom, and that thing goes off and killed everybody, and I thought that was so cool. So I really did like I like the costumes and effects in this movie. I really did.
And
Uh,
Guillermo del Toro, I mean, this is when in all his movies, this is what he nails is costume and effects. He is
yeah,
incredible. And like all the Hellboy movies, these that he did are incredible when it comes to the costumes and effects. I know a lot of people, when they think about Hellboy, they don't think about the last two movies, especially the one from 2019 that we won't talk about because I remember working at the theater and I don't remember giving a single ticket for that movie. And the but he knows how to make a monster look like a monster, and I respect him for that. That is one thing he is an incredible director for.
okay. I mean, that's yeah. He definitely does that, man. Because those Reapers were absolutely disgusting.
Hmm.
They were
Yeah.
disgusting. I just it's funny because as I'm watching, this, I'm like, oh, I remember this. Oh, this is gonna be nasty. Oh, this is gonna be disgusting. And they did not disappoint, man. As a matter of fact, when they were like, and the thing about Blade, Blade doesn't say much, but when he does, he's funny. So when he's talking to the kid from The Walking Dead that ends up turning on him, they're asking him to examine the Reaper, and he's like, "I don't want to do it." And Blade looks at him and goes, "Sissy." It's just it's the subtle it's the little things with Blade, right? It's because Blade doesn't talk much. That's the thing about it. He
Mhm.
really is the strong silent type. He does not say much, but every now and then he'll say something that's funny. So I thought that was kind of cool. I really did like that. The special effects. So the CGI, some of them I liked. I liked the UV bombs. I thought that was cool. The fight with Anissa in front of the god lights or gong lights or whatever, I did not like that because you could clearly see that it was CGI. And it
Yeah.
reminded me, although Jordan has not seen this movie, it reminded me of the scene where Neo fights the Smiths in the Matrix, the second one. Is it the Matrix? It's not Revolutions. The Matrix Reloaded, in which he's fighting them, and there's this scene where he's swinging this object around, and it's hundreds of Smiths, and he's fighting them. But you can clearly see that at that point it's CGI. It's no longer Neo. So I don't like CGI when it's obvious, and that was obvious again. That was 2002. So I can only hold it so much against them because it was cutting edge at that time, right? At the time, it was the best that they could do. What they can do now with CGI would blow your mind. So, I can only count so far, but I didn't that was one piece of it I did not like were the obvious scenes where it was CGI. I didn't like that. But there were some fight scenes I really did like a lot. The location shot mainly in Prague and Barandev Studios, giving them the film a cold and gothic aesthetic. And it kind of has to be cold because Blade walks around with a leather jacket. I mean, you couldn't do that in Florida all day. Can you imagine if Blade had to go to Miami? Jeez.
I don't know. Look at how many movies Samuel Jackson's Nick Fury is in, and he's in Washington D.C. He's probably in the middle of the summer. So I mean, I don't know. He's probably sweating. He's probably sweating the whole time.
I bet he is. I bet he is, man. I bet he is. So, as a matter of fact, who was that said that? What's her name? That played the green lady on Guardians of the Galaxy. What's her name?
Gamora.
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 Yeah. She said one of the reasons she didn't want to play the character anymore was because of the the costume and the fact that she had to wear that makeup, and she's thinking what it's doing to her. I never thought about that before, but that's a solid point. Like, you got to be in that makeup 16 hours a day. What is that do? Like, what are the chemicals in that doing to your skin and your body? So I get it. I get it. You know what I mean? I get it. But yeah, Blade has to definitely be in cold climates because, bro, that between the bulletproof vest and all that and the jacket, like, you know what I mean? Unless he's got a new summer look. I mean, I don't know. He to me, he'd have to be in cold climates. But anyway. MCU Blade versus comic book Blade. So comics, originally a human vampire from Tomb of Dracula, 1973, later reimagined with powers influenced by the films. Wesley Snipes' Blade cemented the Daywalker with serum dependency, sword, and leather-clad style. MCU Blade, Mahershala Ali is set to reboot the character. Voiced him in Eternals post-credits. The reboot has faced production delays, but will redefine Blade for modern Marvel. I don't know if we ever get it, right? I still don't know if we're getting it now. Like, I don't know. So
yeah. And I do want to clarify something with Marvel Zombies. I do know it's not Mahershala Ali voicing this Blade, but it is Mahershala Ali's iteration of Blade. So, for example, the Peter Parker Spider-Man in Marvel Zombies is not voiced by Tom Holland, but it's Tom Holland's iteration of Spider-Man.
In other words, it's from Tom Holland's universe.
Yeah, not his universe, but like it's the events. It's like if we were watching the live action version of Tom Holland in Homecoming, Far From Home, No Way Home.
Okay.
But the timeline's just different, and they include zombies. It's the same thing with Blade. It's like we're watching Mahershala Ali's Blade, even though we haven't seen him outside of voicing in the Eternals post-credit scene. But it's just there's zombies. So, like, technically this is his Blade, but it's not really. It's not just not him voicing.
Okay. All right. What was your favorite fight scene in this movie and your least favorite fight scene in this movie?
And that's probably the biggest issue I have with this movie overall is the CGI in the fights. The CGI in the fights, like seeing them jump, it looked like I was watching a PlayStation. It looked like a PlayStation 2 cutscene. That's what it looked like. Like it reminded me of starting the PlayStation 2 and having that beautiful music play when you start up the PlayStation 2. Sometimes you had to spin the discs to get it going. And you had to remember to put in the memory card. And they were flipping and stuff in every single fight. My favorite fight was just probably the Nomak and Blade fight at the end. All right. I'm going to stop right there. The best overall action scene is in the sewer with Blade and all the Reapers. The best fight between people for me is the Nomak and Blade fight.
Agreed. Because they get after it. They like, you could say that fight, like, of all the enemies that I've seen Blade face, Nomak kind of gave him the business. He really did. Even the Blood God didn't get, like, Blade wrapped up the Blood God in like 5 minutes, but Nomak, Blade was tired. Like, you could tell Blade had like maybe a few more punches and it was gonna be curtains. So he just happened to stab him in that place and made that move. It kind of reminded me of Black Panther when they're in the tunnel or whatever. And Black Panther does that move, and his cousin's like, "Good move."
Good move.
Like, good move, right? Yeah, it reminded me of that. But if he doesn't do that, man, Blade's getting his ass whooped. Like, it's like Blade came out swinging or whatever, and he's doing his thing, and Nomak has sized him up. And when Nomak figured out what he was doing, woo-wee, boy. He was kicking Blade's ass. He was. So I thought like that to me was a highlight of the movie. Especially when Blade picked him up, suplexed him, and slammed it. Like I thought that
Mhm.
was so cool. You know what I mean? I really enjoyed that. I thought you could see that was like a callback to WWE wrestling. I thought it was cool.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know if I don't know why they chose to do that, but I thought that was cool. So I enjoyed that. Um, I enjoyed the fight scene down in the sewer. Um, it was cool, but you're right. The best scene was Blade and Nomak. Like they got after it. They got after it, and it was cool. I
Mhm.
just hate Anissa had to die. Like I didn't understand when she was like, "Okay, brother, come kill me." Like what? That didn't. Did that make sense to you? Because it didn't make sense to me.
I mean, it was. I thought maybe she wanted. I thought maybe in that moment, her anger towards her father wanted not her to die, but that she wanted to be with her brother to change things. But that would mean her turning, and then it's like she had instant regret after that. It's like when you go skydiving and you're up in the plane and you're like, nope, I'm actually not gonna do this. Nope. And like it's like, all right, come here, brother. And then she got bit and she's like, yeah, I'm Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. And she was just she
I,
instant regret.
I was like, why would you like? Because he was like, he might have let her. I don't know. He says you were his favorite. So you
Yeah.
clearly can hear some resentment in his voice. He may have killed her anyway, but I don't know that I would have been like, okay, you know what I mean? I'm at least try and reason. Hey, let's talk about this. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Let's talk about this. Look, I didn't have anything to do with. I didn't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know if it would have made
I
a
was
difference.
just a dog chasing a car. I wouldn't know what to do if I got
I wouldn't know what to do if I got it. I'm just a dog. Cars. I didn't know. You hit the victim in the head, the victim gets home woozy.
Oh,
I don't know. Jeez. It's crazy. All right. Uh 10 little known facts about this movie. So Donnie Yen both acted as Snowman and choreographed fights.
hmm.
Tippett Studio created one of the earliest convincing digital Blade stunt doubles. Okay. Guillermo del Toro reused Prague's gothic backdrops later for Hellboy. Okay,
Yes,
didn't know that. Reaper jaw prosthetics blended animatronics with CGI.
I heard
Okay.
about that. I've watched when it comes to this movie, the combination of the animatronics and CGI were very incredible. Oh, that was probably my favorite part of the whole movie was the design. And that's what Guillermo del Toro is just perfectly known for is the way he's able to do that. And I think he used this for his inspiration in the Hellboy movies.
Yeah, that was it sounds like he did. Composer Marco Beltrami's score was re-released in deluxe from years later. Luke Goss Nomak endured 4+ hours in makeup daily. See, that's the thing that people don't talk about this when they make this is the makeup and that's you shoot a movie for what 2-3 months.
Yeah.
So can you imagine that
Yeah.
every day? Ugh.
Hmm.
And you're talking 16-hour days, people. We're not talking 8 hours. We're talking 16-hour days.
Hmm.
Bruh. Bruh. As Jack Spade says. Bruh. The Blood Pack's Dirty Dozen vibe was intentional. Okay. Didn't know that. Del Toro admits some CGI shots didn't hold up, and they didn't, and that's fair. Soundtrack fused hip hop and electronica, Crystal Method, Moby, and Oakenville. I love Crystal Method. I love them. So there's this song that they play in this movie as well as The Matrix called That's the Name of the Game. Oh, Jordan, I love that. I love that. Like if I had to whoop somebody's ass, if I had to fight with somebody, I'm coming out to that song. That's the name of the game because there's a part of it where it's like he says I'm something in the back row, and he keeps saying it, and then at the end of it, he's like, "Mother," and it's great. It's great, Jordan. It's great. I love it. Okay, shout out to Crystal Method. The Prague tram scene, double for Paris, a clever location. Yeah. Okay, so those are 10 known facts about it, but I really like Crystal Method. So yeah. Sequels and legacy. Blade 1998, Blade 2 2002, Blade Trinity 2004. Blade Trinity to me we could have done without. That's just me. I did not enjoy that one. I did enjoy that one.
I can't wait to go back and rewatch it, because when I first saw this trilogy, I had fun with it. Blade Trinity wasn't great, but I had fun with it, and I had more fun than I had in Blade 2.
All right. Well, I mean, we'll find out. Wait, so are we doing this next week? Are we doing this one next week? Or what are we doing?
Actually, that movie takes place actually years later. So, this Blade 2 takes place in 2000. Blade Trinity takes place in, where the heck does it take place at? Blade Trinity. Oh, that's a long ways down.
I need that updated spreadsheet that you have, and I don't even know if you can email it because it's so big.
2006.
Okay.
So it takes place 6 years later, and there's probably like 10 movies in between Blade 2 and Blade Trinity that we'll be reviewing.
We got time.
Yeah.
Okay. We got time. We got about 10 weeks. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So then what movie are we doing next week?
Next week we are doing X-Men.
X-Men 2000? Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
We are at that point.
Do you know what happens to a toad in the rain? That was just awful. That was one of the most
same thing as everything else.
That was one of the most, like, that was awful. That was bad writing, man. It was terrible. Anyway, oh my, it's just awful. They just wrote her so dry. Like, she was so dry. Like, oh my God. Like, ugh. All right. And I love her because she's so beautiful. MCU legacy, though not canon, Blade 2 proved Marvel adaptations could succeed and pave the way for the MCU. And it did. They're right about that. Blade 2 is a sweet spot of the trilogy. Okay. This isn't my take. This is just an opinion of many others. I like Blade 2, but would I say it was better than Blade 1? I would not. A Guillermo del Toro horror superhero hybrid that still holds up as cult classic action. Stylish, gory, and atmospheric. It's the movie that made Blade an icon and set the stage for Marvel's blockbuster future. Do you agree with that?
No. Mainly because without this movie, this same year, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man came out. And the first Blade movie set the stage. So did Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, and in between those two movies, so did X-Men. Okay. I wouldn't put Blade 2 like it's like, think about it this way: Blade 2 came out in 2002, and think about the CGI that occurs in that movie. Then think about what you remember from the first X-Men movie and the CGI in that, and how much better it is. Think about the CGI in the same year as Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man movie. So, this movie was just, it reminded me a lot when I got done of Thor: The Dark World. And because when we review Thor: The Dark World, you're going to hold it to a higher standard than you previously set. But you're also just not going to think it's this great masterpiece or anything. It's just boring. And
yeah, I'm gonna need to drink.
Stale.
I'm gonna need a drink when we do Thor. That movie is awful. Dixon Way says,
kind of what fellas? I
get. Dixon Way says, "Sup, fellas, go Dogs," and also Blade is a classic for me, but it's not Spider-Man. And you're right, Dixon Way. Yeah. You're 100% right, brother. You are 100% right.
Oh yeah.
But go ahead, Jordan. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, no. Like these Blade 2, when you think about like a couple years later, Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire would come out, and think about how some people consider that the greatest comic book movie ever. And look, I won't argue. And in fact, the first time for a while, I had the first Spider-Man movie ahead of Spider-Man 2, mainly because I love origin stories. And the 2002 Spider-Man was just an origin story. I loved it. And Spider-Man 2002, there's a lot of people who don't quite get the whole losing the powers aspect of that, but on rewatching it, and as I get older, I watch it and I'm like, this is such a beautiful story. And then you watch Blade 2 compared as a sequel compared to its predecessor, and you're like, what went wrong? And like look, like I said, I kind of look at this movie in the same light as Thor: The Dark World. And I would much rather watch Thor: The Dark World than Blade 2. Mainly because
I gotta get off that train, brother. No.
When we rewatch it, I can't wait for us to rewatch that movie. Because I don't like the movie. I gave it a negative review.
Okay. It was not the Eternals. I'll give you that. It was not the Eternals, but no.
My gut is
your gut's telling you what, that I'm gonna change.
My gut is telling me you're gonna change when it comes to that movie. You're gonna message me and you're gonna be like, bro, I am totally wrong. And I don't think it's good, but my original score for that movie was like a 2.5 for Thor: The Dark World. For Thor: The Dark World. And it is higher. It is definitely higher than that, especially when it came to recent Marvel movies and shows that are just plain bad. You compare it to Thor: The Dark World, and you're like, you're not as bad as I thought you were. And I look at Blade 2, and I'm like, honestly, with all the movies that we're going to be reviewing, it's just, this is going to be a forgettable movie when we get to, like, not even done, but like by the time we get to the year 2010, this is going to be a forgettable movie. And I mean, even compared to Captain Marvel, I think this is more forgettable than Captain Marvel, and I don't like Captain Marvel at all. And in fact, I have Captain Marvel as a lower score than this.
Yes, you did.
But
you really
it's
did.
Just
that's
it's
surprising.
Just this movie just doesn't. It takes away from the whole franchise when it came to the first movie and retconning Whistler, and it's just kind of stale. And all the CGI in the fights does not help either.
No, it did not. It didn't help.
So when we take a step back and think about this movie, what is the one thing we're going to be like, this was great when it comes to all of the Marvel movies and shows we're going to be watching? Because I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. If you're talking about what was great about this, I can't say there was anything great. I mean, if I'm being fair,
it's not bad. It's not bad.
But I don't know that there's anything great about it. Now, there were some scenes I liked. I liked the motorcycle scene.
Yeah.
I really loved the fight between Nomak and Blade. Like, I thought that was cool. I thought, especially when they got after it, like, they got after it. It was a fight. It was a fight. They were not messing around. And I love that, man. But there was so much in the middle that was just kind of meh. You know what I mean? Like, that fight between Blade and the vampires when they go into Blade's lair was just ugh, like just ugh, just it was clearly CGI, right? It was almost like okay, we're in the, like, you've ever seen one of those movies where they're in the middle of the movie and they go to like this animated scene? That's what that felt like. Oh, this is
Yeah.
the animated scene. Okay, right? Okay, now we're back to live action. That's what that felt like. So I don't know. Dixon Way says Thor: The Dark World isn't that bad, but it was slap in the middle of the greatest run of comic book movies of all time. That's
Yes.
fair. Dixon Way says
That's mainly why.
I don't know, man. I just think it kind of sucked. I don't know. When I go back at like the first time I watched it, I was like, this sucks. You know what I mean? It just kind of it never appealed to me. But to your point, I am the king of going back and being like, oh well, I watched it this time and it was so much better. So I'm not saying you're right, but you might be. Just saying. Dixon Way says George's like, I know I'm right. I know I'm right. I know I'm right because I'm from Philly. I know I'm. George, let me ask you a question. Do all guys from Philly like talk in a rocky voice when nobody's around? Like, is that a thing for you guys?
No. I like with like my it's crazy because like I have like I had a roommate from California and then I had two other roommates who are actually from Philly. I'm from north of Philly, we'll say. And my roommates were from not Philly, but literally right outside of Philadelphia.
Mhm.
And we had a roommate from California and he came over. He knew my other two roommates was from this area and he didn't know what state I was from. And I'm like, no, I'm from here. I don't have that voice that that accent that a lot of people from this general area have.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Let me
Yeah.
ask you a question. Do you say John?
I say it in a funny way. It's not in my regular dialogue. Like if I'm talking about the Eagles and I'm like, yo, Cooper DeJean. Yeah. No. John is not in it. I use it to be funny, but I don't use it's not in my regular vocabulary.
It's not in your regular
like a lot of
vocabulary?
people.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
I didn't know, man. I'm just, you know what I mean? Look I love Rocky. Okay. The first time I saw Rocky was in 1977. I've been in love with them ever since. I love the Rocky films. Rocky was one of my favorite heroes growing up. So, you know, I just always wondered if guys from Philly just, you know, because I do it. You know what I mean? I do
Well,
it.
I mean, when it
Time to
comes
time.
like I have a lot of friends who say John. I have a lot of them who say Jean,
Yeah.
like Bijan.
I've heard it both ways. I've heard it both
Yeah.
ways. But like, you know, I mean, hey, Apollo, you know, that ain't us no more. We're like regular people now. Like that was commonplace coming up. You know what I mean? Like Rocky 3 and Rocky 4 were like pillars in my life. Okay. Rocky 3 was a great movie until Rocky 4. To me, Rocky 4, to me. Okay, this is to me. This is in Terry world. This is in Terry's paradigm. Is the greatest boxing movie ever. Okay? I don't care what anybody says. I don't care. Okay? You can't win. You know how strong he is. Well, maybe I can. But to beat me, he's got to be willing to stand in front of me and kill me. I just don't know if he's willing to do that. I'm going to go get in my IROC Z28 and drive around the block. No, I'm going to go get in a Ferrari and I'm going to drive and I'm going to listen to No Way Out. I just think it's the coolest movie ever. See, and then Paul is like, all right, you got to win. And he's like, I'll try, Paul. I'll try. I'll try. And then he's out training in Russia in the cold and the Russians training with all the technology. You know what? We got to do Rocky 4. We don't have to do any other Rocky. But damn it, Jordan, we got to do Rocky 4. I'm just saying. I love Rocky 4. It's one of my favorite movies ever. All right. Let's get to ratings, bro. And you did something that was really cool, so I'm going to share it. You've given all of our ratings, right? Because we've done a bunch of movies. Hold on. Dixon Way, I gotta move your thing here for just a sec. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Damn, I didn't mean to do that either. Okay, well, let's go back. Here we go. All right. So, I rated Captain America 8 out of 10. Wait, you
You
don't
rated
have
a
my
lot of movies
Fantastic
8 out
Four?
of 10.
I did. Yeah, I did. Okay. Jordan rated Fantastic Four First Steps 9.5 out of 10. He loved it. I
He
rated
loved it.
X-Men First Class 8 out of 10. Jordan rated Captain America 8 out of 10. Jordan rated X-Men First Class 8 out of 10. I rated X-Men Dark Horse 8 out of 10. Dark Phoenix, Dark Horse.
Dark Horse.
Jordan rated, Jordan rated Blade 7.5 out of 10. I rated Fantastic Four 8 out of 10. I rated Blade 8 out of 10. Jordan rated X-Men Apocalypse 7 out of 10. I rated, oh wow, who's that? Oh, that's my wife. Hang on one sec. Hey Kim, I'm doing a podcast. You okay? All right, I'll call you back. All right, bye. Okay, so Jordan rated X-Men Apocalypse 7 out of 10. He rated X-Men Dark Phoenix 6 out of 10. I rated Apocalypse 7 out of 10. I rated Captain Marvel 5.5 out of 10. Jordan rated Dark Phoenix 6 out of 10 and X-Men Origins 4 out of 10. Damn. I rated Captain Marvel 5.5 out of 10. Jordan rated Captain Marvel 2.5 out of 10. Holy shit, he did not like that movie. And I rated X-Men Origins Wolverine 5 out of 10. So that is every movie that we've done. Although it feels like we may have missed one, Jordan. I don't know. You sure we got everything? We don't have Superman here. We don't have Superman. We don't.
This was only the Marvel rewatch.
Only the Marvel. Okay.
Like I didn't include Thunderbolts either because we're probably going to end up re-reviewing Thunderbolts, or we might end up re-reviewing. We might not. I mean, that'll be a while. That definitely be over a year away.
That'd be a while.
So I was just going based off of our rewatch.
Okay. All right. Dixon Way says my Philly friends had me saying John. Yeah. See, there you go. There you go, Dixon Way. All right, Jordan. Inquiring minds want to know, and I want to know because I got a feeling you're gonna give this movie a very bad review. Because I've gotten to know you. We've done at least 15 movies now, and I've gotten to know you, and you got that look. You got that look like you're about to give this movie a shitty review. I'm not gonna share it with you guys, but I know Jordan well enough to know this thing is not going to be above a 4, okay? I'm just going to say it. It's not going to be above a 4, okay? He's got the same look that he had when we did Captain Marvel. Now, when we did Captain Marvel, I did not know what was to come. I thought he was going to give it a 5, at worst a 4. He gave Captain Marvel a 2.5, and I was like, damn, like, you really didn't like that movie. And he's giving me the same vibes. So, Jordan, now that I've built it up, what do you give this movie?
So, all right. Like I said, I was kind of getting Thor the Dark World vibes, but I would much rather watch Thor the Dark World, and I gave that movie a negative review. So I'm not going to say my score for the Dark World, but it's sort of based off of that. I actually went lower, and I actually then compared it to X-Men Origins Wolverine, which I would rather watch, and I honestly would rather watch X-Men Origins Wolverine. I like the fights more. I like the environment a little more. I think both movies have issues when it comes to a lot of stories being thrown out there. I think there was more emotion in X-Men Origins Wolverine. So I kept going lower.
It's gonna be bad.
It is. And I mean, I got to a point where I was like, all right, would I rather watch Captain Marvel or Blade 2? And I'm like, I'd definitely rather watch Blade 2.
You see where this is going. You see where this is going, Dixon Way. Go ahead.
So, all right, I was flirting around a 3 or 3.5.
That's what I thought.
I ultimately settled with a 3 out of 10 for Blade 2.
That's what I thought.
I think retconning is, in my opinion, the biggest sin in all of movies. You never has a retcon worked, in my opinion.
What about you think it works in comics? more so than in movies, or does it not work there either?
I don't think it works. I think it works worse in comics because it's going to be a harder time to explain it when writing it while instead of saying it out loud.
Okay.
So that frustrated me. And in fact, I haven't watched Peacemaker yet, but I know they retcon something from season 1. And I'm already not going to like that. And I have to rewatch season 1 of Peacemaker before I watch season 2. Because it's been a while since I saw season 1. I don't even remember when that came out. So that was frustrating. The CGI over, like, I mean, I voiced last week in our review for the first Blade movie. I was okay with the CGI in that. Like, I was completely fine with that. And it was worse in this movie.
It was
so worse.
It really was. It really was.
The fights were worse. And a huge issue I had that I said earlier was New York felt like a character in the first movie. And it was non-existent. If you told me this took place in Wichita, Kansas, I would have probably believed you. Like, there was just no environment. This could have taken place. I mean, this basically took place underground in sewers the whole time.
Yeah.
The villain wasn't all right. There's like a 2-part villains. I think the main villain, who's the monster, I think he's good. I think his dad just kind of sucks as like a mastermind almost. Yeah. I was like, all right, this kind of sucks. There's just a lot of issues I have. And when it comes to this score, it's always based off of like, how would I recommend this movie to a general person, not a Marvel fan,
right?
But a general person who wants, yes. Like if someone says, hey, I want to watch a movie and there's every movie in history, I'm not going to recommend Blade 2.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
And look, there are going to be worse movies, I think, and there are going to be worse things that we're going to review. In fact, this is the 10th lowest ranked Marvel show or movie or special that I have ranked. But in the grand scheme of things, I only have 15 negative reviewed movies, shows, or specials. So that shows how great, how like positive I am on a lot of Marvel.
Yeah.
It's just this movie, and I don't have a review for Blade Trinity. Like I said, for a Blade review, I don't have ratings for any of the Blade movies up until now. I have the first 2 because when I went into Deadpool and Wolverine, I didn't think that the Blade would ever be in it, so I never rewatched it. And so this is going to be my first time, like when we end up reviewing Blade Trinity, that'll be the first time I ever rate the movie.
I think Trinity's going to be lower. I'm just saying.
There's a possibility. There is a strong possibility. I remember I loved Ryan Reynolds' character in the movie, and I thought him and Blade bounced well off of one another. Yeah. And I do remember I liked the overall storyline of the movie. But otherwise, I can't really remember specifically a lot of the movie. And yeah, when this movie kind of just rings hollow for me. And overall, like even the whole like Reapers taking over the world thing, like I never got that vibe that he like. They tried to show it in one scene where he kills that one like drug dealer. In an alley, and I was just like, all right, that's supposed to show us that like you want to go and kill all the humans and vampires and conquer the world. Like I didn't really get that. So yeah, there's just a lot of issues I have with the movie. And yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10.
That's fair, man. That's fair. So I gave it although it was not great, I didn't feel like it was. I gave it a 5 out of 10. Like when we get to the Eternals, then you'll get to like under 5 for me. Like that was pretty
Yeah.
bad. But I gave it a 5 out of 10, which is, according to the Jordan Burton scale, the 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 worst positive review for a movie that you could give, which I
Yeah.
felt was appropriate here. Like this, it was just, again, there were some positives, but there were some things that you just, like you say, the CGI scenes, some of the fight scenes, a lot of these characters were really not flushed out in development. The plot was a little thin. So yeah, I had to give it a 5. But again, all in all, I did enjoy it, because here's the thing, like I've gotten strategic with this. So if it's a movie that I feel is not gonna be fun, I watch it at like 2 in the morning, and you'd be surprised at how much fun a movie is at 2 in the morning. There's nothing else. I'm serious. I watch it 2 in the morning. I shouldn't say this because I should not have popcorn. So don't tell my brother. But I do have a little popcorn, and I watch it at 2 in the morning, and it's great. You know what I mean? But even at 2 in the morning, even with illegal popcorn that I shouldn't have, it was just that. Yeah, some of those fight scenes I couldn't get beyond, man. So yeah, I think it's appropriate to give it a 5 out of 10.
Now, I have a question. Do you rank it above or below X-Men Origins Wolverine? That you also have a 5 out of 10.
Below.
Below. All right.
Below. Yeah, definitely below. But I mean, I just like, unless a movie I just hate it. I really gotta hate a movie to give it a 4 or a 3 or a 2. Like a 2 or a 1, I'd have to be offended by it. Like it'd have to be so bad it would be like, you should pay me. You should pay me to watch this movie. That's how bad this is. Like I've tried to watch this, and we get to the Eternals. We may get there because I've tried to watch the Eternals, to be honest with you, 3 times, and I fell asleep on it all 3 times. So when we get to it, it's gonna be interesting, right? Which will be what, next year? I don't even think it'll be this year. It'll be next year.
Yeah,
So
it's definitely going to be probably next year.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what this is, man. But again, all in all good. I'm interested to check out X-Men, and see what I think years later. Although I still think that's a dumb line. What does a toad do in the rain? Like that's just like, what the hell? Like they clearly just wanted Halle for the look, right? And that's insulting because she's an Oscar-winning actress. You know what I mean? I feel bad for some of these actresses for the stuff that they got to go through, because that is the dumbest line ever, right? That's so stupid. But anyway, whatever, man. It is what it is.
I can't wait for X-Men. I mean, this is one of those movies that I have the VHS tape of them like walking down the hall.
You do have VHS, huh?
Yes, I do. And this is one of those movies that I would watch a lot
on VHS.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it's been a while since I watched that movie specifically on VHS because Disney Plus has all that. And plus, that's not a movie that necessarily is better or worse on VHS. Some movies are better on VHS. Some of them are worse. And this movie is just it's not there's not necessarily a format I would say that's like X-Men is like appropriate for. But
hold on one sec, Jordan. I think we just had Dixon Way join us. Hang on one sec. Where are you, Dixon Way? Dixon Way, what's up, man?
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
What's up, dude? Doing good, man. Jordan, I've been trying to get this guy because this guy loves Marvel. Okay, now first and foremost, Jordan, you're in the presence of greatness. Okay, because this guy calls every sporting event ever. He calls the Braves games. He calls the Falcons games. He calls the Hawks games. He calls the Atlanta Dream. He probably calls Tiddlywinks and chess as well. We just don't know about
Bulldogs today.
You said what?
Did the Bulldogs?
And he calls the Bulldogs.
Nice.
He calls every game. But he is a very, very passionate Marvel and DC fan. And I wanted to get him on here, man. So I didn't mean to cut you off, Jordan. I'm sorry. Dixon Way, how you doing, man?
I'm good. Good to come in and talk about some movie things.
Hey, man. Hey, so give us your thoughts. I mean, I know we've talked about it. Give us your thoughts on Blade 2, man. Give us best scene for you, worst scene for you, and favorite line from the movie.
Okay. First of all, I love that Ryan Reynolds was in it. He was the familiar or whatever, that was the big,
We're talking Blade 2, right? Was
Oh, I'm
Ryan?
sorry.
Yeah,
Blade
we're
2. I'm
talking
sorry.
Blade 2. It's
All
okay.
right. I don't know, man. I'm kind of partial to Blade as a series just because A is really the first good African American superhero movie that I saw, you know.
That's fair.
And B, without Blade, I feel like there's no Deadpool. There's no R-rated genre of comic book movies without Blade.
Mm-hmm.
Blade made it
Yep.
possible for R-rated comics to have a space at all. I know a lot of people think it's Deadpool, but really it was Blade. We all saw Blade and we were wondering why couldn't Spawn back in the day be that? Because Spawn as a comic was very graphic,
Yeah.
But when it came out, it was PG. I still like it, but it doesn't stand the test of time. Now that's one movie that does not stand the test of time is Spawn. Okay. But for me, I feel like all the Blades. I mean, my least favorite Blade is Blade 3, personally.
Yeah, me too.
But I just feel like that overall, I feel like the Blade series as a whole, I just hold it high reference because of what it meant for the rest of the genre. I kind of look at it like, I feel like Spider-Man before Iron Man was actually like outside of like Batman 98 and probably Superman, the first Superman with Christopher Reeves, really and truthfully like Batman 98, 89, excuse me, Batman 89 basically opened the door for everything in my opinion. Now I feel like the Blade series opened it up for R-rated. So I would never just compare it to the Dark World. And I actually just watched it was on today. So I actually watched the Dark World today. Partially. But it's not as bad as it was. It's that Dark World came out, man. And that was pretty much the mecca of all like comic book era. Like that is the best era in comic book history. And you got Thor: The Dark World. That really is not that bad when you compare it to Phase 5. It's better than Quantumania. It's better than any other series outside of What If, in my opinion, from Marvel. I even like, I mean, I can kind of say, okay, well, I wouldn't put like something like the newest Spider-Man over Blade, but I mean, I don't know, man. I'm really down on what they've been doing lately. So like Thunderbolts was a good step in the direction. I really like that movie. I really like What If. The first season, the second season was so horrible, and X-Men 97 is one of the best pieces of comic book stuff that I ever seen.
It really is.
So, and it's not just off nostalgia wise, because a lot of young guys like X-Men 97 also. It's just a masterpiece. I'm just wondering what they're going to do without Bo DeMayo. But overall, man, I wouldn't stoop down to say Blade 2 is on Thor: The Dark World level. I'm kind of different than most Marvel fans. I'm not really a fan of Guardians of the Galaxy outside of Part 1. So I can stand number 2, and I despise number 3 with a passion. And
what?
I would say Yes.
What do you not like about the third one?
The third one is animal cruelty. I guess
okay. I understand.
Yeah.
Okay. I get it.
I despise it, man. It's disgusting. So for
I
me,
completely get it.
yeah, for me, and then it happened when our pet Yorkie passed too. So I watched it and I was disgusted. I can't watch that. Like the only thing I can't watch more than that is The Rise of Skywalker. I refuse to watch that again. But
because he killed his dad, or why?
oh, you talking about Rise of
Rise
Skywalker?
Yeah.
No, The Rise of Skywalker was just a mess that J.J. Abrams tried to fix when he messed up at the beginning. Like, I don't want to get into Star Wars. We don't need to go that way. It had me on another day about Star Wars. I'll explain what happened to the sequel trilogy and why it was messed up. And it's not The Last Jedi. It's not Rian Johnson's fault. It is J.J. Abrams who started it off by having Luke Skywalker not showing up to save Han Solo. That ruined the whole series. Everybody's mad at Ryan Johnson. Sorry, I'm going to go on a rant. Everybody's mad at Ryan Johnson for how he portrayed Luke Skywalker. But if Luke Skywalker does not come and save Han Solo and stop his nephew for killing him, that is the only path he could have took.
Yeah.
Because Luke Skywalker comes up in Empire Strikes Back, shuns Yoda in the middle of his training. I have to go save my friends and my family.
Right.
But he would not do that for Han.
Yeah,
after they grew up together. Come on, man.
Yeah,
he had to be a hermit. He had to be that disconnected from the Force. He had to go that route. The only thing I'm mad at Rian Johnson is that he killed Luke. If he didn't kill Luke, nobody, because that was the most Jedi crap I've ever seen. He fought without fighting. That was the most Jedi thing that I ever seen. But guess what? People hated it because he just faded away. That was stupid. Yeah. That was so stupid.
Yeah. Well, it was an obvious transition to younger folks. Like, okay, we want to get rid of it. We want to get rid of the old guys.
No, so. it was a definition of killing Optimus Prime.
Yeah, agreed.
Literally.
Yeah,
agreed.
Yes.
Agreed. 100%.
And that's why people hated it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But story beat wise, there is no other path he could have followed outside of killing him. The whole story with Luke made total sense. Yes, he's going to be grumpy. Oh, people forgot about Yoda hiding on Dagobah while everybody was getting hunted down. We don't want to talk about that. But again, we're mad that Luke Skywalker is portrayed in a way that's pretty much like Yoda.
Yeah.
Literally. But it's a puppet, so everybody's like, oh, it's a puppet. But everybody got their panties in a bunch because it's Luke Skywalker. Guess what? It happened how it happened. I like how they showed both sides of it. But again, when they killed Luke, that's when Rian Johnson got me off. That's why I'm mad about it. But out of the sequel trilogy, I think The Last Jedi is the most feasible one. Because literally, The Force Awakens is a bad version of A New Hope.
Yeah. What I didn't like is the, like, I didn't know who's a Jedi and who's a Sith. Like, why are we doing this mutual thing? Why are we trying to merge forces? Like, I did not like that.
No, you know what? I actually love that Rey was a Palpatine. I kind of called that. I was like, she don't come from nowhere. I bet she's going to be a Palpatine. I don't like how they ended. It was so corny that first of all, you should have shown the Jedi helping her instead of just her hearing voices.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Qui-Gon, you can hear every Jedi in the past speak if you go back and look at that.
Yeah.
Every Jedi, even Anakin spoke.
Yep.
You should have had every Jedi come in and help her fight Palpatine as a Force ghost. Okay? I didn't like that basically freaking Kylo Ren sacrificed himself for look, man, that movie, Yo, that movie is so bad. And it made me so mad because a lot of people applauded it like it was good. I was like, guys,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
literally was a movie that tried to down Ryan Johnson's project. Oh,
Yeah.
we're going to run out of gas? Nah, don't worry about that. Or can we do the maneuver to run into something? Nah, that's just a one-time thing. Like, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so again, there's a whole rant I can go on. You know what I'm saying? And most of the time it comes down to if people ever actually watch the Clone Wars or not. If people don't look, I'm sorry, I'm an OG. My dad took me to go see Star Wars 50
Mine too.
times in the theater. Literally, we went almost every day for we went about 3 times a day for almost a month.
That's awesome.
So, yeah,
That's awesome.
RIP to my dad. That's what he got me into this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
That's awesome.
And it's like when I think about the OG trilogy, and I'm saying, okay, I look at everything. First of all, George was wrong for making everything go backwards in the first place, but I understand why he did it because that was the most exciting part leading up to the
Yeah.
end. So you
Yeah.
start at the end and then do the beginning when the technology catches up to your ideals.
Right.
I totally understand that. But once you get past the prequels, and I'll admit I hated the prequels when they first came out, but once Clone Wars came out and everything got put together, see, I'm of the belief that Clone Wars not only saved what happened for the prequel trilogy, but it also enhanced it. That's why everything is so much better, in my opinion, now because of connective tissue that they built. Yeah, we missed out on a lot of the EU lore and stuff like that, but I just feel like Dave Filoni literally took the ball for what George wanted to do and made it mesh so it wasn't a mess. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of look at it like that. And I'm sorry I took this from Marvel to Star Wars, but I kind of ran about it. And so let's get off of that. I apologize. Forget Star
That's
Wars.
okay. It's
We'll talk
okay.
about that when you
It's
guys
okay.
actually watch the Star Wars. And if you ain't watched all the Rogue One, and the Rogue One basically saga with Andor, season 1, season 2, and Rogue One, that's the best. That might be the second best trilogy in Star Wars history, but I don't want to get into that. Go with the Marvel stuff. I got to the point that I gave a lot of stuff a chance. I do like No Way Home. I despise Quantumania. I've come to despise Secret Wars. It started off so good and just turned to crap. I really, with Thunderbolts, I really like Captain Winter Soldier now, even though I don't like them trying to paint Sam into like a semi-villain or a hater just because how things happen at the end of Thunderbolts. But overall, I think I have not seen Fantastic Four yet. I did not go to the movie because I said with the quality of movies that I was seeing, I was like, I'm not spending any more money until they give me a 3-movie run of being good movies, and then I'll say, okay, I'll go back to the movie, to the movies to go and spend my money. And I just been waiting till it come on Disney Plus. So I do feel like Blade 2, any Blade, I feel like Blade is better than anything that's in Phase 5. I think was No Way Home in Phase 5 or Phase 4?
It's a good question. Let me see.
I think that was the end of Phase 4, wasn't it? I think Quantum Mania
Phase
was
4.
the Phase 5. Yeah. So Quantum Mania is the beginning of Phase 5. Okay, so Quantum Mania, Moon Knight are my two. My bad. Both Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, and the Marvels. I despise that too. The Eternals was the worst thing I ever seen
Eternals was bad. Yes, Eternals
Yeah,
was bad.
Eternals
I
was the
agree with that.
worst.
It
Eternals
was.
was the
It was.
worst Phase 4 movie. That was
It,
the worst Phase 4 movie. One
it
of the
was.
worst Marvel movies of all time. Probably the
Agreed.
worst.
Agreed.
Movie wise, probably
Agreed.
the worst. Yeah,
Agreed.
like I'm trying to think. I even like Black Widow at times more than Eternals. Eternals, I went to sleep twice.
You know what, Larry? I've never been able to. I've tried to watch it 3 times, and I've gone to sleep on it every time. So
I went to sleep in the movie theater.
I
Like, elbow
I didn't go
in.
see it in the theater. I did not go see it in the theater.
No. That's what I'm saying. I went to sleep twice.
Damn.
The movie is like almost 3 hours long. I may have saw an hour of it.
Yeah.
I saw the end fight. You know, I went back and watched it, but then I was like, after I did that, I could not stomach it again. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to do a review on it because when I first started the channel, I used to do movie reviews, TV shows reviews, stuff like that also.
Yeah.
And basically, I said, you know what? I always watch sports. Let me just start commentating sports. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I did She-Hulk, despised that. But I never was I never was a She-Hulk fan anyway. You know what I'm saying? So that was never gonna really rock me, but I gave it a chance. Moonlight was horrible. Great actor with Isaac. Shout out to Dan Poe. But I mean, great actor, great performance, horrible script. Yeah, again, I think season 2 of What If was an abomination, but season 1 was a masterpiece. You know, Ultron with the gauntlet is just ridiculous. That whole storyline with the Walker. And again, I would probably put X-Men 97 up. Like that can be up in phase 3 for me. Like that's how X-Men 97 is for me.
Jordan, when are we scheduled to get to X-Men 97? Or are we scheduled to get to X-Men 97?
So it's not in any of our rewatches because they hint at the multiverse and the Watcher, but that's really it. We don't really need to watch X-Men 97. Plus, if we're going to watch X-Men 97, we got to watch all the X-Men, the animated series. We got to watch Spider-Man, the animated series. We got to watch all of the animated series from the 90s.
Never mind.
Yeah. That's a universe in itself.
Yeah.
You could. I did watch everything, but to be honest, the way they really explain stuff in X-Men 97, you can basically take the Cliff Notes version. I forgot. I'll see if I forgot it. I gave it to my cousin. Same thing with Ahsoka. I gave him a Cliff Note version of what he needed to watch to understand the Ahsoka show. Well, yeah, I kind of break things down like that. I see Easter eggs all the time and everything. So when I look at X-Men 97, I think you can watch that without watching the original series, to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
You can watch it. Now, if you want to know things about why is Charles off planet, why do they think he's dead, yeah, you can go back to the last few episodes, which was horrible. The animation was horrible. That's when they lost funding. That last season in 96. So yeah, but it's a straight continuation. Like you can go back and watch it. Everything is better when you go back and watch it. I will agree on that. But that's a lot of content to watch. I mean, I'm a sicko like that, so I do it. But you know what I'm saying? I literally just started watching, just finished The Walking Dead because I never watched it before. So I finished
you watched the entire series?
Yeah, I just did.
Damn.
I did The Walking Dead took me about a month, but I did Walking Dead. I got the only thing I haven't watched now is the I guess the prequel, the Fear of the Walking Dead. And I guess that's when everything started. But I watched both seasons. I'm starting to watch Daryl. I already watched the first 2 seasons. The 3rd season just came out. So tomorrow is episode number 2 of the 3rd season for Daryl Dixon. So I'm watching that. But yeah, I don't watch that. The Ones Who Live, I watched that. I watched The City, you know what I'm saying, the 2 seasons with Maggie and Negan. So yeah, they kind of made it better now when I think about Invincible and what happened with Invincible and Conquer. So yeah, Conquest, excuse me. So
Bro,
yeah,
I fell out with The Walking Dead when they killed one of my favorite characters. That shit broke my heart. Like, that's the one thing about that show is that
well,
they were
yeah. I
killing
mean, I was going through it. It was funny,
bro.
Yeah.
I forget who it was. I think it was one of the young teenage girls or whatever. But when they killed her, like
Talking
that,
about Maggie's little sister
I
at the
think
hospital.
so. I think yeah.
Maggie's little sister at the hospital. Yeah, that was rough.
Bro.
The Walking Dead is like that, man. I was
Bro.
going through it, and a guy who got me to watch it, and I'm still mad because he ain't watched Clone Wars yet or Rebels. I done finished everything except for the fear shit. He still ain't got to it yet. I said,
selfish.
You ain't stuff.
Selfish.
But, sorry. But yeah, I watched all out. I'm like, all right, I got into it. I'm kind of mad I didn't get into it when it came out. But again, man, I didn't watch Game of Thrones when it first came out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just watched that last year. And
I love Game of Thrones, but
yeah,
but
I started with the new one.
Bro, when
I started with the new one and went back to the old one. So yeah.
When they killed her sister, that because I think at the time I had teenage daughters.
Okay.
And that shit hurt my heart, man. Like the only thing I can think that was worse than that is what's the name of that show? It's a hospital show. Grey's Anatomy.
Never watched.
Now, what's her name kills? She kills relentlessly, and she killed this guy. And I'm talking about the writer, but she killed George off of that show. And let me tell you something. That was a sad day in the Wilson household. Everybody cried real tears when George died. We stopped watching it. We stopped watching it.
Watched Grey's Anatomy before.
We stopped bro. When they killed, because George was the nicest person, just the nicest person. And the way they wrote it was he was so disfigured that they didn't know who he was when they brought him in the hospital. And when they figured it out, oh my God, bro. I ain't watched Grey's Anatomy since. So I don't do well when they kill off characters like I like
Walking Dead. I would encourage you to watch the rest of The Walking Dead because it's definitely basically it ain't about the zombies, you know what I'm saying? Like because I really don't like zombie stuff, but it's really not even about the zombie. It's about people. People and how they will act when they're in a post-apocalyptic
situation.
Yeah,
a dystopian society. Yeah,
exactly. That's exactly what's about. I would urge you, if you stopped at when they went to Grady and the little girl and Maggie's sister died, you need to watch the rest, bro. Because that ain't even the most dramatic stuff. I would challenge you to finish The Walking Dead regular season. Go finish it. I'm telling you, man.
Oh man,
it's not. Look, that show right there is. I didn't know about it before, but now I do think it's one of the best shows. I kind of feel like it should have ended at season 8, but I understand why they're continuing. It's a whole damn universe now, so it ain't stopping no time soon. But so that's why I would urge you to go and at least at the very least finish the Walking Dead,
the first regular Walking Dead.
Yeah.
You know what? I got to think about it, Larry. But honestly, man, like that episode, it broke my heart, man.
More than that. That's why I'm telling you, you need to go watch it, bro. That show's so deep.
Like, it's gonna break your heart some more, but it's gonna be really good.
Yeah.
Go ahead, get your heart broken some more, T-Wil. Come on, you can do it. You'll be all right. Toughen up, Buttercup. Let's go.
Well, what about this? Would you rather go watch Ant-Man Quantumania?
Well, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I like who's the villain? God, what's the
Kang.
Kane the
I
yeah,
like
he's coming back.
I
He's coming
love
back.
Kang's
Or
portrayal in that movie.
he's
Me
coming
and
back.
Terry both like the movie, so
I love Kang.
We love
I
the
love-
character. The
I
movie.
didn't necessarily I didn't care. Like to me, Kang made the movie. You know what I mean? Like Kang made okay, if you take Kang out, I could care less about Ant-Man. I could care less about the wall. I could care, but Kang to me made that movie. And I get it. Like a
And
lot of
also
people
some ants.
I know, but I mean a lot of people feel like that movie was a plot device. I get it. I
It
understand.
literally was, man.
I understand it. I do. But Kang's portrayal was second to none. Like
Yeah, and then in Loki season 2, they walked that back and made him. Look, man,
we'll get to that.
man.
we gotta
Look, man. Loki 2 was great until they introduced Victor Lively, and you know, you were thinking, okay, he's gonna change into the Quantumanium Loki. Nope. I mean, Quantumanium Kang. Nope. Spaghetti.
Well, you know, there's so many different variations of Kang. That's to me, that is what makes him so interesting. Is there are literally hundreds of versions of Kangs.
Y'all know how? See
What?
what? Do you know how they're gonna? I'm not gonna spoil anything. Do you know how they're gonna introduce Kang in Doomsday?
Or reintroduce him? No, I don't. I think they're just gonna kill him. I think they're gonna bring him. I think they're gonna bring him back.
Do you know?
I've heard rumors, and I'm trying not to tell anyone because what I've heard is very questionable.
We might be thinking of a different thing. It actually made perfect sense on what if they do it the way that Jonathan Hickman did it. Yeah, it's gonna make.
I love Hickman. I love his writing. I love his writing style. I love and the fact that you would bring up Jonathan Hickman, Larry, lets me know like you're a real reader. Like you are a reader of Marvel comics. I love me some Jonathan Hickman. I think he is the one. I think he's one of the best Marvel writers ever. I love the way he writes the Avengers. I do. I love Hickman. I really do. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see. You know, it's gonna be interesting. I want to ask Jordan, but Jordan doesn't want to tell it, so I'm not.
I've had a lot of people ask me what I know about like Secret Wars and Doomsday, and I'm trying to remove it from my own brain because it makes sense. It makes total sense what I've heard. I don't know. I don't know. I want to see it on the big screen before I form an opinion on it. That's why I think it's a little questionable.
Okay.
But it makes total sense.
Okay.
It's gonna be it's Kane's gonna come back and it's gonna be short lived.
Yeah, I think they're just gonna kill him off. I think they're gonna bring him back to kill him. That's honestly what I think. I think they're gonna bring him back and Dr. Doom is gonna make a point to kill him to show who he is. Like, whatever. Yeah. I'm Doom, damn it. Like that's how I feel. It's gonna go.
I haven't seen Fantastic Four yet.
You gotta see it.
What Franklin Richards involvement or whatever it's gonna be, but I know a lot of things about Franklin, and depending on how this rolls, I know he's a key part to Fantastic Four. Of course he is, but I just look at it like there's a lot of moving parts that they could go, but I feel like they're using Jonathan Hickman's storylines as a basis of what they want to do.
I agree.
And if they God level Doom, it's on. I mean, look, my only thing, it was a great announcement. I lost my stuff when I saw RDJ coming back. But again, when I sat back after Comic-Con, I thought about it. I was like, how are they gonna pull this off? How are they gonna make Robert Downey Jr., who is known around the world as Iron Man, be a villain and
He's
make
gonna
it?
have to be from another universe. He's gonna have to be from another universe.
No.
It can't
Look,
be 616.
people are gonna be pissed because a lot of people love Iron Man, and the way he died, you don't want to undo that. Okay,
Right.
You cannot undo that.
Which is why I say he's gonna be from another universe.
They're saying that he's a real Doom. They're not saying that he's a variant. Like, they made it a point to say
So they're saying he's from.
Doom.
You're saying he's from the 616 universe.
No, I didn't say that. You want to know why? Because there are no mutants outside of Miss Marvel. She's the first mutant confirmed in the 616. There's been no other mutants confirmed in 616.
Namor? Wait, Namor isn't a mutant?
Well, my bad.
Technically, no.
Namor.
I mean,
I'm just saying, like,
it goes both.
yes, but
Okay.
they have not. This is what I'm saying. Like, they literally said in Miss Marvel at the end, Buddy took some of her blood.
They did say that.
He's
You're right.
different.
They did say that.
And they played the X-Men theme in the background.
The X-Men thing.
Yeah.
Her genes are different.
As a matter of fact, in the second Marvel's movie, the X-Men, I didn't see that. And I don't know why. The first time I saw the Marvels, I didn't stick around for after the post-credit scene, but the X-Men are featured
in
that post-credit scene.
Yeah.
And that makes sense.
Yeah, they got the original Beast,
Yeah.
They got Kramer to do it. So, yeah, he's just CGI, but they got Kramer to do it.
Yeah.
And it's speculation that might be, well, it's not the one where it was on Multiverse of Madness. It's not that, because he got killed. Xavier got killed. But speculation is like, okay, there's several different speculation. It's like maybe Superior Iron Man turns into Victor Von Doom because everybody got killed by Wanda, and he comes back. Because remember, there was 7 seats right there, but only 6 Illuminati.
Right.
Yes.
So the speculation is that it was Superior Iron Man because all of those, those drones.
Were.
Exactly. So,
yeah,
those are what Superior Iron Man built around the world. So, speculation is that Superior Iron Man is basically they could work it out that Superior Iron Man was Dr. Doom in that universe, But again, and with the knowledge of Wanda killing Reed Richards and turn him into spaghetti, would definitely have him want to get Franklin, because I guess in that universe they didn't have Franklin. You know what I'm saying? So that's why that can happen.
Yeah. So the Fantastic Four takes place in the 818 universe, right, Jordan? Is that correct?
Yes.
It's its own. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 818, and the regular Marvel universe is 616.
Yes,
and that one where the X-Men are, we don't know where that one is, but it is different to 616 because we can make the assumption that Captain Marvel and the other young lady, I can't think of her name.
Hold up, did they say that in the movie that it's 818? Because is it
Fantastic Four? Yeah, they did. They did say it was 818.
I'm trying to remember off the top of the dome. I'm forgetting right now. What did Ryan Reynolds say that their universe was for Fox?
That I don't know.
I gotta go back and look at Deadpool because he said it.
I can probably figure that out.
I'm gonna go back and look at Deadpool because I need to know what their universe is, because obviously they're gonna have Deadpool and Wolverine and Doomsday, but or in Secret War. Well, my main thing is that there's gonna no, let me not do that. That'll be probably spoilers. The main thing is that they gotta establish, bring back all the old X-Men, but also they gotta establish who's gonna be the 616 version of the X-Men.
So Deadpool and Wolverine's universe for Deadpool is Earth 10,005.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. And that's all that is all the way up to Logan, basically.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all the way up to Logan.
Well, all right. So it's so the way we're doing our movie rewatch is like there are basically 3 timelines for the X-Men. There's the initial run, which is all of them have X-Men First Class in it. Yeah. Because that's kind of the basics. That's the starting point for all of them. But everything else is sort of different. So the initial timeline is pre Days of Future Past. So that's X-Men First Class, X-Men Origins Wolverine, the X-Men 2000s trilogy, X-Men X2, and X-Men Last Stand. There's the Wolverine, and then there's X-Men Days of Future Past. The X-Men Days of Future Past leads to a new universe, which has First Class, Apocalypse, Dark Phoenix, Deadpool, Deadpool 2, The New Mutants, and Logan. The events of Deadpool 2 lead to Deadpool and Wolverine, and the events of Deadpool and Wolverine create this new universe, which we really don't know what else happens, because it's just like all of these events, like something that could happen in the past can affect the future, or something in the past could affect the past before that. So we really don't know what the timeline looks like for Deadpool and Wolverine's universe post Deadpool and Wolverine.
Hold up. Let's pause, because you got to think about it. The Fox universe is now merging with the MCU universe, so the laws of it about going back and changing things have changed now. Like the way they said it in Deadpool Wolverine is like it's kind of meshing. Like the TVA basically meshes the 616 into not mesh it, but it connects it. Excuse me, it connects it. And I don't think anything out of Deadpool and Wolverine's timeline outside of Wolverine becoming the anchor. You know what I'm saying? That's why Deadpool's, basically his thing was going to die because Wolverine died.
See, I'm curious, because the end of the Deadpool and Wolverine movie, they say, oh, this timeline has a new anchor being, but they never say who. And
it's Wolverine. It's Wolverine.
But I'm wondering, is it actually this Wolverine, or are they for some reason going to pick Deadpool?
That would be funny if they picked Deadpool, but I don't think so, because Deadpool was already in that universe. He was dying anyway. It's literally
Wolverine.
Why Wolverine was out of place. He was out of time, so he didn't have a place. So
that's why I wonder
that universe. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like karma, I guess. He saved that universe. He became the anchor being.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's Wolverine. That's why they're gonna have Wolverine and Doomsday, because Wolverine is a new anchor. That's why they're gonna have Deadpool. They're gonna be teaming up. I still, you know what, man? There's a lot of flaws about Deadpool and Wolverine, but I still enjoyed it because, literally that scene, that's the best scene that Hugh Jackman ever had in comic. I would put that up with anything in Logan. When he was telling Deadpool about himself, it wasn't fun. Like, That was so, yo, that felt like Logan. Like, I was like, yo, this could have been in Logan, man. Like, yo, man. He read, and then the way that's ended, like, okay, it's gonna end in comic relief. I'm gonna fight you now. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just like, I'm just like, wow. That dialect was crazy. And it came in a Deadpool movie. That's what kind of threw me off. But yeah, I hold Logan up to a very high standard. You know what I'm saying? Even though there's a lot of discrepancies I found in it, I still like that movie as one of the best X-Men, period. Like, I like it more than Days of Future Past personally. You know what I'm saying? I just think it's a matter.
I would have liked it more if they actually had the Hulk and his son in it to mirror the comic book. I know they couldn't, but
they couldn't do that.
I would have liked it more if they did.
And that was supposed to be the end, so that's why they put it in. Well, at least they put the Hulk and Deadpool, Wolverine as a little Easter egg. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because they didn't do it in there because they didn't want to overshine. You know what I'm saying? Like outshine.
No, I get it. I get it. That would have been too.
You bring in the Hulk, it's not about Laura anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, I get it. You know what I'm saying? And that part of the movie with Laura, with the Wolverine out of time, you know what I'm saying? And her, basically breaking down his walls and stuff like that. Like, that was like cool. And then with Blade coming in, my personal, you know what I'm saying, link to that. So while I do think that Deadpool Wolverine was a mess, I think it was a beautiful mess.
I enjoyed it. I agree.
It wasn't groundbreaking, anything like that. It wasn't in a part of the Deadpool universe to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was, but it wasn't. It felt like its own movie. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a part 3. It was Deadpool and Wolverine. You know what I'm saying? To me, it wasn't Deadpool part 3. It was Deadpool Wolverine, its own singular movie. So yeah.
That's fair. Henry Cavill is supposed to be the new Wolverine. What do you guys think about that?
Big. I love that cameo. He looked great as Wolverine. The Cavill, he looks great. I just don't want. I want us to get to the part we actually have Wolverine, right size, right build. What's Buddy from Harry Potter? He's been working out. He could do it easily. I know you don't think I'm like that, but I've seen recent pictures of him, and people was like, "Oh, this could be Wolverine." Yeah. And I'm just like, wow, that could be an actual good pick. But again, guys, no one's gonna replace Hugh.
Oh, definitely not. Definitely.
And it's kind of like when I looked at The Flash, and I just had to be reminded who is the Batman. You know what I'm saying? It was like, we haven't seen Michael Keaton in so long. We just like, man, I think Christian Bale is Batman. Then I was like, I saw, I saw the real Batman again. I was like, okay, my bad, my fault. I remember again. My apologies. My apologies, Michael Keaton. I just remembered you as Beetlejuice, and I apologize. Yeah, I apologize because the Flash.
I like them both. I like them both.
I like them both, but I'm just saying,
but, yeah, you had to give him his respect. I get it. I get it.
Like, he said, "Hey, man, we can make your mask, your cowl more flexible." He was like, "No, don't make my cowl flexible.
I don't want to be able to turn my head."
Exactly. I need to exaggerate how Batman looks. It gives him a dramatic look, and he's right. I never thought about it like that. You know what I'm saying? But once I saw that documentary, I was like, you know what? He's right. He turned around, like, okay, yeah. And in the actual animated series, used to copy that same style. When Batman look up, his neck was stiff. He look up surprised, or you know what I'm saying? Or when he looking down over you, it's like a stern look. Like, man, like they used that and mapped it perfectly, man. And it's the perfect way you could do it, man. So I just have to give my respect to Michael Keaton as the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. Old head.
No, man, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Well, I tell you what, Larry, we definitely have enjoyed you, man. You definitely have to make sure you come back. We do this thing every Saturday, man.
Wrong way.
So
I
you,
apologize.
no. You're
No,
Larry. You're fine. You're fine.
great.
Look. We enjoy talking this stuff, bro.
Mhm.
As you know, if I didn't have stuff to do, man, hell, we could talk about this for another hour. But it's all good. Larry, tell these folks where they can find you, man. Although they know, but tell them where they can find you.
Well, you're gonna find me at the theater watching Tron Ares on 10/10 because
Oh wait. When does Tron come out now?
on October the 10th, a day after my birthday.
I got to check that out. Yeah, that's on my list.
When
That's
they
on my
get to Earth, that's gonna because I'm one of the few people that actually like Tron Legacy.
I love.
I love Tron. I
love
love Tron
Tron.
Legacy.
Another movie
Love
that it took me to see way back in the day was Tron.
Yeah, me too.
So when Tron Legacy came out, I love that. But you guys can find me on the Dixon Way on several different platforms. The main platform is YouTube, _Dixon_Way, just like it says in the tag right there. We do live commentary on all our favorite sports teams, from the Braves, the Hawks, the Falcons, the Bulldogs, the Atlanta Dream, and my wife Gators. Great game by Atlanta. Great game by the Bulldogs today. Braves.
Yeah, man, they pulled it out. They pulled it out. They
Dream
did.
Also, we got a double hitter trying to get a double dub. We got the Dream, and then we got the Falcons.
Dream are playing tonight, right? Didn't they
No,
start?
Dream play tomorrow at 3:30. Please come to.
Oh, they play tomorrow. That's their first playoff game, right?
That's when the playoffs start.
Yeah. Okay.
on the-
Yeah, they play tomorrow. Okay, good deal, man.
Yeah.
Good deal. Well, hey, Larry. Hey, man, I'm just glad to have you, brother. Larry is a true talent, and I love to have him, man. True story, man. First time, Jordan, when I first started podcasting, we had Larry on One Time for the Fan, and Larry has this soundboard. If you've never seen him do it, it's the coolest thing ever. So Larry was doing his thing, and he was all professional and did it. I was like, oh my God, I am in the wrong business. I am not gonna be. I'm so intimidated, man. I was like, oh my God. He was like doing it, and he'd do the soundboard with a straight face, and I was like, oh shit, right? And I remember talking to my wife, like, I gotta step it up, Kim. I don't know if I will survive. So Larry is one of my favorites because I met him first coming in, and again, Larry, what you see is what you get. Very genuine guy, and I just want you to know we love you, man. So look at Larry. Let's make a deal. When you go see Tron Ares, Jordan, I know you love Tron. I love Tron. You know what that means? We got to do this movie. So, Larry, why don't you join us? Like the week you said comes out October 3rd?
It comes out October the 10th. I'm gonna try to go. Normally, we don't get to really go to no movies because, but I don't think Tron will be bad enough. My son's starting to like movies. I don't know. We'll see. That's a lot of times we haven't been in because we really don't get no babysitter or nothing like that. So, yeah.
No, I get it, man.
I'm able to get. I definitely want to watch it, but I didn't get to go see the Superman or Fantastic Four. So we'll see. I just been normally waiting, but I kind of really see that. So we'll see. I might.
Well, I certainly hope you get a chance to see it, but I think Jordan, we're gonna do that. Now, what Marvel, what are we gonna be on that week, October 10th, Jordan?
X2 X-Men United.
Okay, so that means we got Friday.
So all right, I actually have something planned for October 4th, so we won't be able to do Daredevil that week. So it's possible we take a 2-week break. Come back we do October 11th, we do Tron Ares, and then we come back, we'll do Daredevil and then X2 United.
Oh, you're talking about the movie? Daredevil?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he said ill.
Terry likes this movie for some reason.
I'm weird. I know. You know what? I did like it. I don't know why. But I did like it. I like that. I really like this movie, and I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know. But I did. I like this
You like
movie, and I
Batman
like.
and Robin too?
You said what?
Did you like Batman and Robin?
I did
Batman.
not. Jordan did. Jordan liked
It's in a soft spot in my heart. It's not a good movie at all, but
Bat nipples?
I used to replay that movie and Batman Forever on VHS whenever I was sick.
Okay, I got you. It has a
Yeah.
nostalgia part.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess you
Oh,
got a
very
nostalgic
much.
film
It's
for that.
not good. It's not
nostalgic
good at
feel
all.
for him, Yeah. You know what else I like? What other movie I like that a lot of people didn't like? That movie Miami Vice with Jamie Foxx and Colin Farrell. I love that movie.
I never watched that movie, I don't think.
I love that. Well, it didn't get great reviews, okay? But I love that movie. So I was a fan of the show Miami Vice. I was a really big fan.
Yeah.
I was such a fan. I used to wear the back in the 80s, Jordan, this was long before you. But I used to wear the colored shirts and the light colored jackets. Yeah, that was me.
Yeah,
I did. I did. I love Miami Vice, man. So when the movie came out, I was super excited, but it didn't receive rave reviews. But dude, I watch that movie twice a year. Like that's how much I love it. So it's just weird taste. But yeah. But we look it. We got to do Tron Ares, man. We got to figure out a way to do it. So
I'm worried.
Hold up. So you guys gonna do Tron Ares without doing Legacy first? Really?
We do got.
He's got
I love Tron. I'm worried about Tron Ares though because
it's got what's his name?
Jared Leto,
right? Yeah.
I am so worried. And I saw one of the costumes that Jared Leto is going to be wearing, and look, I know Tron in general, the costume designs are awesome and they're very different.
Yeah.
But this one was kind of weird looking. Like I was just like, this kind of looks weird. I don't. I'm really worried about this movie, and I want it to be extremely good. But I've only watched one good movie with Jared Leto, and all of the rest disappoint me.
I honestly think it's gonna be good. Like in all the reviews and everything that I've seen, Jordan, I'm super excited about it.
I'm really excited too. I'm nervous.
I can't wait for it, man. I'm super excited about it. Either way, man, Dixon Way is right. So, but if we're gonna do Legacy, doesn't that mean we have to do Tron 1?
You don't have to do it. You could.
No, we gotta do it. We gotta do it.
Hey, look, that's not a problem. Tron 1 is a classic. You know what I'm
saying? So Larry, why don't you join us for all the Trons?
The Trons?
Yeah.
Depends, man. You know how my schedule is, dude.
Yeah, I know. I had to think about who I was talking to.
Like you lucky you got me tonight.
I know it. So hey, the Braves will be done.
The Braves are playing right now, but
the Braves will be done.
I'm saying the Braves will be done in October. Like
the Braves will be done in October.
Stop it. So Jordan's a Phillies fan, Larry. Jordan's a Phillies fan. That's why
you wrote yourself into that.
Hey man, congratulations to the Phillies, man. Good luck to them in the
Don't you congratulate them, Larry. Don't you do that. Don't you congratulate them. Don't you do that.
We can't win the division every year. I mean, we had a 14-year stretch, then we had a 7-year stretch. Let them have it once in a while, man.
This dude talks so much trash that you don't see, Larry. Okay,
it's okay.
You don't know. You don't know. You don't know what I go through. But you congratulate him.
Well, you got to understand this. They've been under our look. They beat us in the playoffs, but owning the division and the playoffs is a big feather in Philadelphia's cap. I mean, that it just is. They aren't rivals to us like we're rivals to them for some reason. You know what I'm saying? Like it's strange. I don't get it. I don't really hold no ill will. Like I look at Philadelphia and I'm just like, okay, you know, Bryce Harper putting, you know, attaboy on the shoe when Orlando Arcia is already gone. Like,
yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like that one bit. I did not like it. I'm still pissed at Bryce Harper.
Look, man, I like Harper. I think Harper is like Chipper Jones.
I like Harper outside of that. but I didn't like that he did that. Like that pissed me off. I felt like somebody should have sent him some chin music. Okay, I felt like if Brian McCann was on that team, it wouldn't have gone down like that. And you need to know that, Jordan. You need to know if Brian McCann was on that team, you know what would have happened. Brian McCann would have met Bryce Harper at the plate and been like, "Hey, bro, we don't do stuff like that around here." Okay, I don't give a damn if we are in Philly.
Because you want to know why, T-Will? Because Brian was an extension of Bobby Cox. So
Yeah, man.
Brian Snicker wouldn't allow that. Okay, so it's a different era. You know what I'm saying? Snick, who's gonna be back next year also. But
You
sorry.
think so? Oh man,
You didn't hear his interview? Talking about it felt like the unfinished business that we had so many injuries. I would love to see how we do when we're healthy, because it kind of like some unfinished business. But we'll talk about that after the season.
Oh my God. I hope not, bro.
But yeah, man, good luck to the Phillies in the playoffs. You know, I don't really hold no ill will. Like the Saints and the Gators is where my ill will go. You know?
So he's also a Saints fan.
Oh yeah, F the Saints all day, every day. Yeah.
So Dixon Way, Jordan is one of my very best friends, but I hate his teams. I hate his teams. I wish them all failure. Like, I hope the Phillies just suck in the playoffs. I hope they exit round one, and I hope the Saints have a terrible year. But I love the guy. You know what I mean? Like,
how can we exit round one if we're gonna have a bye?
Now you're just showing off. Nobody likes to show off.
Yo, man, Schwarber hit 4 home runs, man, against us. Like, what can we say?
You know what happened?
Terry, you were talking all that smack all week long. I didn't say a word until it happened. I mean, all week long. All week, I got text messages.
T-Will, what can we say? This man hit 4 home runs. We couldn't get a run.
Man, the Phillies kicked our ass, man. There's nothing I can say. They kicked our ass. They kicked our ass, man. They beat us like the only team that beat us worse than the Phillies was who's that beat us 19-2 the other day? Was the Astros? It was the Astros. Are we still playing them?
It was the Cubs.
Right now. I think we're playing them right now.
We're playing the Astros right now. They beat us 11-3. I mean, the season's over, man. We had too many injuries.
Yeah, we sucked this year.
Yeah, everybody's having the worst year of their careers. No, it is what I'm not sure. People will come in and talk about, well, Larry, if we go on the street, we can make the playoffs. I stop it.
Bruh, stop it. So we're losing. Oh, wait, we lost today 6-2. Damn. Wow. Look at Jordan's face. Jordan is secretly happy.
I used all my energy in the Georgia Bulldog game, and I knew I would. That's why I didn't even do the Braves game. Now, I didn't want to, after having that, you know, the euphoric high of coming back in that game, and watch them lose for 2.5 hours. So I was like, you know what? I'd rather just come on with T-Will.
And we appreciate you, man. We're glad you did, brother. We're glad you did. Well, look, we gotta do Jordan. Let's work on the schedule when we can do Tron 1, 2, and 3.
You know what, guys? I'll try to get on, but you said the Braves are gone. You forgot look, man. I do every team. I don't have all days.
I know, man.
Especially in the fall, I'm doing 2 or 3 games.
I just thought about it. Yeah.
Like I said, I was just like, I wasn't gonna do the Braves game. My wife wanted to get rest, so we weren't gonna do the Gator game. I'm watching that right now while we're talking.
What's the score in the Gator game?
Right now it's 20-10. LSU on top.
Oh, okay. And they're playing in LSU, right?
Yeah, they're in LSU, in Death Valley.
Yeah, okay.
But so you know, I was free and you guys were on. You sent the link, so I'm like, okay, well, I'll just get on with you guys. You know?
Wait, man, look, anytime you want to join us, you got carte blanche to do that. Let me tell you how petty Jordan is. Jordan's team won 52-10. and he's mad that they didn't score 70 points, Larry.
It was Villanova.
They scored 52 points, Larry, and this guy's like, yeah, they should have scored 70. Okay, all right. I'm just saying.
Hey, look, man. I was telling a lot of Georgia fans I was not worried about what we did against Austin Peay because I knew we were looking ahead to Tennessee. I kept telling people you can go back and look on the stream. I was telling people I'm not worried about it. We're obviously underestimating these guys. We're half-assing. And we already got half our brains in Tennessee. You know what I'm saying? Neyland Stadium. And that's what it was.
Who y'all got next week, Jordan?
Next week we have a bye, and the week after we have Oregon.
Okay, so
that's going to be one of our biggest games, arguably our biggest game of the year, alongside the Ohio State game a couple weeks later.
Okay.
That's going to be the biggest game outside of Ohio State.
Yeah. Ooh. Yep. It's a whiteout game. It's a night game, 7:30, 8 o'clock, 7:30, somewhere around there. Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to have to do that show probably during the afternoon then, right?
Hey, Jordan, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How does it feel to have a reject SEC coach to be your best coach since, the old ball coach?
I mean, I don't.
Can win the big game? That is the question.
That is the big question. And like today, my biggest issue was coaching, and I think that's my biggest issue right now. I think we have a great offensive coordinator. I think we have a great defensive coordinator. I think we have skill players at every single position that could go and be a first-round pick in the NFL. And there's pieces missing. It's like puzzle pieces that aren't put together, but they're all spread out perfectly. And that coach, James Franklin, needs to be able to put it together. Now, all right, I have a lot of friends and family who have been very close to James Franklin. I will not say who they are.
Okay.
I went to Penn State just a couple years ago. I've had classmates say some things about James Franklin that I don't think I'm going to say on any stream. I don't think he has the mentality to be a championship level coach. But I think we have everything else to go and win a national championship. And I mean, some people are looking at Drew Aller, because Drew Aller, I have not seen Drew Aller show the consistency, in my opinion, to be one of the top picks in the draft. Right now, if you ask me at this point, would I want him to be the franchise quarterback of the Saints? I would say no. And I love Drew Aller. I would love for him to be the quarterback of the Saints, but I have not seen him show that level of success that I'm comfortable with. And people are like, oh, well, then he's not the good enough quarterback to win you a championship. Will Howard just won a championship last year, and Riley Leonard was the quarterback of the team he was facing against. So Drew Aller is definitely better than both of those two. So I still think he could win us a national championship.
Yeah.
Yes, and JJ McCarthy. Yes.
Also.
Yes. So he could. So we have the talent. We have the coaches, coordinators, the play callers to win a national championship. We just need. And this is. I had the same issue with Nick Sirianni and the Eagles, because Nick Sirianni isn't a good play caller, and I'm like, what do you do good? And that's what I ask James Franklin every week. What do you do good? And Nick Sirianni had a complete fundamental change last year, and letting his coordinators do all the play calling, and he wanted to be the voice in the locker room. And I want James Franklin to do that and not have as much say into what goes into game planning each week.
Okay.
If he does that, we could win a national championship. But if he continues to do this bull crap that he's been doing for the last 10 years, then I don't even know if we're even going to go to a national championship.
Okay. Well, you guys got the best talented team, in my opinion, in college football. Again, it's all up to James Franklin. It's kind of like with the Falcons. It's all up to Raheem. I feel like we got the talent to beat anyone.
We do have talent. But
So
that damn Raheem, boy.
And not lose this game, T-Will.
I know, man. I know, man. I'm not. I don't even want to like entertain it because, oh man, we got Big Low in the house. Big Low, hold up! I thought y'all supposed to be talking about Blade. That ended probably about 40 minutes ago, maybe 20 minutes ago. Low, it's all good. What you say, Larry?
No. Do you know that your offensive coordinator did not watch the Vikings versus Bears game?
Yeah. So yeah.
Don't
he
say that's okay.
Meant that night. I think he meant that night.
He didn't.
I think he meant that night. I think he meant that night. Like, he can watch it on the replay. He can watch it the next day or whatever. I don't know. I don't know.
Let me ask you something.
Yep.
Didn't Bijan say that they got looks from the defense?
That we weren't prepared. Yeah, that we weren't prepared.
I was just about to ask that because I pulled up the quote.
Yeah.
And, I got it. He said they came out in a look that we haven't seen. Our playbook got shorter, and we were trying to run plays to out-scheme them. We prepared for something completely different. It wasn't about effort or anything. We were just outmatched in that game. Now, I have Bijan Robinson in fantasy. That's why I saved that. So I was curious about that.
Mm-hmm.
That means that they got out-schemed and out-coached. Now, you're telling me that a coach that had a whole freaking offseason to plan against the Bucs got outmatched and out-schemed, but he can't sit his narrow ass down there and watch the Vikings versus the Bears game and then use the all-22s to reinforce what he saw. He couldn't do that, huh? Don't get me started. All right,
yeah.
man.
You know what?
Mute myself because I'm gonna keep.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest, man. That one thing I'll say about this Falcons team, they probably need some coaching on what to say and what not to say. Because, and I know, look, Bijan is a kind person. I don't think he meant to stir up anything, but that's a bad look when your starting running back says we weren't prepared.
Your star player, like he's arguably your best player on your team.
Yeah, that's a bad look. That's a bad look. Then Coach Raheem saying, well, Koo is. What did he say? Koo has given me a lot in the emotional bank or something like that. But it was so stupid because you're setting yourself up, right? So Koo was terrible last year. He was terrible. Yes. And he missed this kick this year. Why would you in an interview say, well, Koo has given me a lot in the emotional bank, essentially saying he's one of your favorites? You can't do that. You can't. There's certain things you can avoid, right? You shouldn't say everything that you think. You should not.
We know this guy plays favorite. Why do you think Kirk Cousins was playing there with half an arm last year? Because that was the guy.
I agree with you, but it's just certain things he shouldn't say, Larry. It's certain things, even if you said what?
It was
Larry. You said what?
It was reinforced on the quarterback show. You talking about that's my guy. I freaking love you. I freaking. It's like, dude.
Yeah, but you can't go in front of the media and say, plus Koo has this something he said about he deposited something in the emotional bank or something like that.
Yeah,
but essentially
emotional. He say he has emotional equity.
Yeah, that you can't say stuff like that. Because if you have to come back and cut a player and you don't, people are going to say you're playing favorites. And what it says is, look, if you don't cut Koo now, then every other Falcon is going to say, well, I don't have to play as long as I'm one of Raheem's guys. I don't have to do my best. You're not holding him accountable. But again, That's why I say these Falcons really, some of these Falcons need media training. Now, Raheem should know better. There's certain things you just don't say. You can't. I don't care what you think. You can think whatever. You know what I mean? I think a lot of wild stuff all the time. I don't say them. Y'all will never hear it because that shouldn't be said. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, whatever, man. Larry, brother,
on first down.
you said what?
Can I run another screenplay on first down?
Oh,
If it's
my
to Drake London, I approve because he's also on another fantasy team of mine.
God.
That's why I don't play fantasy football, man. I promise
Oh.
you, I don't play it anymore because I hate rooting for bad football and I hate rooting for other teams. And I saw myself rooting for other teams, and I felt disgusted with myself. I felt so. Then I just said, you know what? Fantasy football is the devil. Okay, fantasy football is the devil. I would never root for a Saints player.
Wow.
I would never. That's what I'm saying. Like, how am I rooting for somebody who's playing against me? Root for a player to do good because I'm trying to win in a fantasy football.
Right. Right.
Football
It's
is the
competing
devil.
objectives. You're right. It's competing objectives because you can root for your team, but be in a situation where you're rooting for other players because that's true. That's true. But the way I look at it is, look, I'm a team guy first. So as long as my Falcons win, I don't care. If my Falcons happen to be playing somebody that's on my fantasy team, as long as my Falcons win, I don't care what that guy does.
Okay.
Now, if that guy goes off and my Falcons lose, I got a problem. So, for me, it's about the priority. But I get what you're saying, Larry. I do. I get what you're saying. Like when the Falcons play the Bills this year, I got Josh Allen in one of my fantasy leagues. So I'm going to be like, first down, Atlanta Falcons. Josh goes off for 50 points. Falcons win 51-48. Great. Awesome. Cool. Yeah.
That only happened with the Bucks last year. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with the Bucks, yeah. Like if you had Kirk Cousins or you had like Baker, but the Falcons won, last year. So yeah.
Yeah.
I just can't do it no more. I can't. I was thinking about it, but I was like, you know what? I still can't. I can't do it. I can't do it. That's why people ask me about, and people think I be trying to be snippy with them or whatever. I was like, guys, I don't play fantasy football.
Right.
It was like, who should I put in this? I was like, guys, I don't, because I don't like rooting for other teams' players. You know what I'm saying? I'm just at that point now. Like I used to play a lot, had like 7 different teams. I was like, you know what, man? No, no, I can't do it because I'm sitting there. Watching games. I watch a lot of games, but I'm watching games rooting on teams like
right.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. It's the same thing with Prize Picks, man. Like, that's well, I stopped doing Prize Picks because I got on the losing streak. So, but it's like you're watching all these games and you're like, oh, I need them to do this, and it's too much. So I agree with that, Larry. Like me, I have 2 fantasy teams, and honestly, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Half the time I'm calling Jordan like, what should I do here? What do I do? Whatever. As a matter of fact, aren't we playing each other this week? Jordan has said that he's going to destroy me.
I am going to destroy him. I have Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley. I'm going to destroy him.
Who cares?
Well, yeah, pretty much.
Whatever.
T-Wil, do you have good wide receivers to counter that?
I have CD Lamb, so.
Wait, who do I have in Jordan's league? Hold on, let me see.
Some terrible players is who you have.
What's your team? First of all, if you can't call out your team by heart, I don't even know what to say.
So he's taken over for a guy who left our league. So he was given this team. It's a lot of this guy was a Bucks fan that he was taking over for, but doesn't have a lot of Bucks players. Actually has a lot of Bills players. He's got Josh Allen, James Cook, Keon Coleman. He's got Justin Jefferson.
Okay.
But my team's just better.
Oh, you got Jefferson. You got Jefferson. So you're gonna be rooting for Jefferson against the Falcons, T-Wil?
I'm not gonna be rooting for
bench him. Just bench him. You know what? Bench him. Yeah. Yeah. Just do that.
Larry's disappointed in me. Look at his face. Larry's like, shame on you, T-Will. Shame on you.
Shame.
Shame on your eternal soul. So I got Josh Allen. I got D. Kane from Miami. I got
Devon
T. Tucker
Achane,
from Vegas. I got C. Komet from Chicago. I got James Cook from Buffalo. K. Gainwell from Pittsburgh. T. Tracy from I'm gonna get my ass whooped. Okay. Anyway,
I would Komet because I don't trust that quarterback up there, Caleb. Looking like he's the worst quarterback of that class right now.
He doesn't have any good tight ends.
I like Komet. Komet looked really good with Fields. Now he looks like trash with Caleb. Caleb, look, man. Caleb ain't it. He's not it, guys. He's not it. And they're going to spend all this. Look, if Justin Fields got the offensive line, the running game, the extra wide receivers, everything they put into Caleb, if they would have did that, Justin Fields, they'd be in a better place right now. That's my belief. Caleb is overrated. He holds the ball too long. He wants to be, Patrick Mahomes so bad, but he just don't have the vision. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of sacks that he takes, he don't throw interceptions, but he gives up a lot of sacks. Those sacks is just as bad as when you run back 10 yards and take a sack. That's horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
It's not a high percentage for success.
He was so bad that J.J. McCarthy with 137 yards was the player of the week. Riddle me that.
Damn. Well,
hey, take us out of here, man. We'll talk forever.
All right, man. Hey, Jordan. Why? That just means we like talking, so it's fun, man. Jordan, tell these folks where they can find you, brother.
Well, I'll tell you first. This jersey I'm wearing.
I was gonna ask you that,
so,
but we got caught up.
It's a very different. This is not an NFL jersey or college jersey.
Okay.
So we watched Blade 2, which takes place in the year 2000, greatest year ever, because yours truly was born.
That's right.
So this is my own jersey from when I played football. So I was like, it
still fits.
This is from middle school. This
still fits from middle school.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Were you tall in middle school? Were you already tall?
All right, I've been on a diet for the last 2 months. So I haven't been under 200 pounds probably since middle school.
Bro, I could go on a diet for 2 years. I wouldn't be able to wear a shirt from middle school. I'm just saying. So, okay.
So, yeah, this is plus, all right, this was also, think about it this way. This is an extra large jersey. I also had shoulder pads underneath this, so it had to be bigger.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
And I'm pretty sure I had to return this jersey when the season was over, but I wasn't doing that.
Okay.
My blood, sweat, and tears went into this jersey. Are you kidding me?
I love it. I got an old softball jersey. That shit does not fit, man. I wore it when I was a size 32. Kim, you sleep? She sleep. Kim, you sleep? Damn, she's ignoring me. All right. I was a size 32. I cannot wear that shit, man. I look like I am 15 months pregnant if I put that on. So I'm kind of jealous you can still wear that, man. I think that's kind of cool, bro. I think
but cool. I literally have 3 of I have a lot of jerseys that I can still wear, probably because I've been like the same weight this whole time.
Now you're just showing off. See right there. Now you're just showing
I
off.
was technically overweight. I'm technically overweight. Technically. But I've also been pretty tall. That's just I've been this tall. So but yeah, you can find me at Old Legacy.
You're still that tall, right? You said
but I haven't. When I tore my patella, like my height kind of like it leveled out at that point.
You're still 6'2", right?
6'1".
You're okay. 6'1". I'm 5'9", so whatever. I'm just saying.
Yeah. At the peak of my athleticism, I was the same height and weight as Michael Vick. I just want to say that.
That's what's up. How tall are you, Larry? How tall are you?
Tall person.
You said what?
I'm 6'4.5".
Damn, I am
Dang.
so jealous. I am the runt on every show I'm on. This shit has got to stop. I need to find some short people to do some shows. I need to find some 5'4" dudes on every show I'm on. The people are always Jesus Christ.
Pause.
All right. Anyway, Jordan. So your jersey. Go ahead, man.
Yeah. So yeah. This is my jersey. Figured I'd wear myself. I mean, I could wear another Raiders jersey for Blade. I mean, that's why I wore the glasses the whole time.
Yeah, that's why we had the shades on.
Yeah. But yeah, you can find me on Ultegacy, Ultegacy. I post me and a bunch of other guys post videos of all sports. Mainly it's NFL season. I've been busy. Had 3 posts. I've been sick all week, but had to post Penn State, Eagles, and Saints. Yeah, we keep up to date on all sports. You're going to see me in the next hour post all the top 25 games for college football, all the scores from those games. You can see that there. If you want to see more movie stuff, I'm on Letterboxd. I have all my Marvel movies, all horror movies. I just saw the Long Walk yesterday. A fantastic movie.
Really? Stephen King movie, right?
Book is awesome. I want to see that. The Long.
Yeah.
I want to see the one.
It is one of the best movies of the year that I have seen.
Okay.
Yes, I would highly recommend it to a lot of people. It was such a profound movie, and the entire time, because they're walking the whole time, and you're at the edge of your seat, so it's like you feel like you're walking with them the whole time.
Yeah. Quick note: the entire cast and all the directors, everybody walked. Because the entire film is walking. There's no CGI. Everybody's freaking walking.
Dang.
The entire time.
I bet they lost a lot of weight for that movie.
Also, shout out to Alien Earth. Oh my God, that show is so good. If y'all have not watched Alien Earth, go freaking watch it now.
What channel does it come on?
It's on Disney Plus. It's on Hulu. It comes on every Tuesday. They're up to episode 6. I'm going to say it right now, and I don't care. At least up to right now, this is the best alien content ever. Period.
Wow.
Period.
Okay.
I really want to watch it.
I'm telling y'all, go watch Alien Earth. It would change your life. I'm telling you.
Damn. Okay. We got Debo Vibes in the chat. He says, "What up, fellas? What up, Debo?"
What up,
All right,
Debo?
man. That's a strong recommendation, Larry. So, okay. All right. That's cool.
I'm saying Aliens and Alien Earth. It's like Aliens Part 2 is the GOAT, and then Alien Earth is the second best alien content. Period.
I'm gonna have to check it out, man. I definitely have to check it out. So you were saying, Jordan? I'm sorry.
Sorry, Jordan.
No, and I'm on Instagram. I do some movie reviews. I'll post like when I'm going to see a movie and stuff like that. But yeah, the most recent thing, if you want to see my reviews on everything, ratings for all the movies, go to Letterboxd. And yeah, the Long Walk, fantastic movie. I'm not gonna dive into what's happening in the world right now, but I will say if you've been traumatized by some of the things that have been going on in this world right now, I wouldn't recommend watching the movie. It is a fantastic movie, but I have watched it with someone else, and they are traumatized. They were thinking about other things. I feel really bad for a lot of people because this is such a fantastic movie, but some of the stuff that's going on in the world right now, it's not. Is
it like the conversation you and I had that Thursday or no? Is it along?
Not really.
Okay.
Somewhat.
Okay.
It's a very gory movie. I'll say that. I'll just put it that way. And based off what if you kind of can connect the two, it's a very gory movie with guns and
I got you.
But I think it's one of those movies that I think maybe in a year. I mean, the next movie award show, I think both the two main leads should be up for awards. And the main guy, Johnson, he plays Peter in the movie. I would, after I got done watching the movie, I'm like, if they reboot the Marvel universe, I want this guy as Black Panther. That's what I left that theater, and I was like, this guy can play Black Panther.
Really?
Yeah, that's how I felt. So fantastic movie. Otherwise, I would highly recommend it.
Okay. Cool. Well, hey, man, look it, Dixon Way. Anytime we can get you on, man, it's a fun time. So whenever we can get you on, we enjoy it. And look, we're here to have a good time, man. And I can truly say we have a good time. So I don't care how long it took. I don't even care we talked about Dixon Way. I care that we had a good time, brother. Go, dog. Guys, everybody in the chat who joined us, we appreciate you. Thank God for you. You could have been anywhere else in the world. You chose to be with us. We appreciate that. I want to thank God for sending Larry my way, sending Jordan my way, sending all of you my way. Last but not least, I want to thank God for Eric Parker and Jack Spade giving me my start in this business. Guys, you can find me at For My ATL Sports 1 on YouTube. Again, the number 4 My ATL Sports, the number 1 on YouTube, and For My ATL Movies 1 on YouTube as well. Please like, share, and subscribe. You guys have an amazing day. And yeah, man, go Falcons, Jordan. And,
We better win. Better win.
Have an amazing day. Jordan wants to say something so bad.
Lights, camera, action is going down. For my ATL movies when we run this town. With your host T-Wil, yeah, keeping it real. From the A to the screen, you can feel the thrill. Rolling with the classics, we're setting the pace. Highlighting the magic of our soulful space. Got the vibe, got the crew, making it tight. When the screen lights up, everything feels right. Grab your popcorn, let's make it loud. It's movie time.